Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of DOScider. It's Christmas Eve. Well, okay, it's Christmas Eve day. It's Christmas Day Eve? No, Christmas Eve day. It's the day that will be Christmas Eve when it's later. It's good to see you. I am on a lot of pain meds. My back is real messed up. But this is DOScider, our ranking of DOS games. For those that don't know what we do here, we look at DOS games, and then I look deep into my own heart and rank them appropriately as the definitive end-all be-all of my opinion on DOS games. And today, we have a special episode. I like to do a little bit extra time when we have RPGs, because they take a while to get into. Things like RPGs, point and clicks. Certain games that just need some time to actually marinate to really get the feel for them. Including our request for today. Blood Bowl had a DOS edition. Yeah. We had that last time. But this one is BloodNet, as requested from John Locke Cole, who I see in chat right now. If you're a sub or a patron, by the way, you can always hop on over to our Discord, and there is a sub club channel just for you. There you can request a game a month to be ranked here. Yeah, VOD number 59 later. I assume it was awful. I will not spoil where Blood Bowl ended up. I will not spoil where Blood Bowl ended up. We'll put it that way. I don't want to necessarily spoil it, but I will go through our top and bottom 10 like I do every week. We're getting a fair ways in. 234. We've got... Hold up, how much is... Let me just... Man, we have made so much progress on this. That means that we're like... As a very rough estimate... Because there's actually quite a few more than what I'm putting in, but I'll get a small percentage. Wow, we're almost 3% of the way through all the DOS games. Dang. Good work. Don't think about that. Excited. But our first 10, we have Day of the Tentacle, Doom, XCOM, UFO Defense, NetHack, Mercenary, Mech Warrior 2 Mercenaries, not Mercenaries 2, Maniac Mansion, Wing Commander, Star Wars Dark Forces, Betrayal at Krondor, the game that beat BloodNet for RPG of the Year, according to Computer Gaming, in 1994, and number 10, Command and Conquer. BloodNet got runner-up. Supposedly. Or at least lost to it in some way. LucasArts did some really good adventure games. I don't necessarily agree that Sierra did. Where's the... God, I was looking for Space Quest 3. Where even did Space Quest 3 go? Somewhere. It was fine. In any case, we have our bottom 10, which... Please don't let BloodNet be there. Please don't let BloodNet be there. Please don't let BloodNet be there. We have Scunny, Castle of Dr. Malvado. There's no way. There's no way. Scunny Lost in Space, The Castle of Dr. Malvado, Terror in Christmas Town. Kinda wish I'd saved for this. Industrial Killers, Snapperozzy, The Fortress of Dr. Radiaki, Flintstones, Jetsons, First Person Pinball. And all the way back in episode 11 still, we're on episode 60. All Dogs Go to Heaven. 49 episodes. That's almost a full year. Because we do this every Monday. It's Tuesday, I know, shut up. I had Christmas stuff. If you notice me grimacing and stuff today too, by the way, my shoulder is unbelievably wrecked. I am on so many pain right now. I'm just barely surviving. Took me like 20 minutes to get out of bed this morning. A little better than yesterday. So I'm still here. Hanna-Barbera had some truly awful video game adaptations. Yeah, High-Tech Expressions has some representation near the bottom of the list. Also famous for doing the much better than Jensen's or Flintstones Mega Man DOS port, which is somewhere up here. This one too. I think I put worse than Mega Man. I can't remember. They're both bad. They're both terrible. In any case, let's jump in to a little bit of BloodNet. I'm excited for this one. Manhattan, 2094. BloodNet occurs 100 years from now in a dystopian high-tech future. A future our world may be coming to. The game is played in two different settings. Manhattan 2094 in cyberspace. Right. You are Ransom Stark. Some years ago, you were a low-paid employee of Twas Technicals. You were employed as a human services presence, a job requiring extended interfacing with cyberspace. The extended and repeated exposure to virtual reality resulted in your contracting Hopkins-Bree ontology syndrome, a condition in which the sufferer has difficulty distinguishing between real and virtual reality. Stricken with Hop-Bree, you were summarily dismissed from Twas Technicals and began wandering the mean streets of Manhattan, perceptually addled and helpless prey to the city's dangers. You surely would have died a beggar's death had you not been discovered by a teenage street gang and taken to Deidre Tackett's clandestine workshop in the basement of a once deserted brownstone in the Greenwich Village Warrens. From this hidden laboratory, Tackett pursued her private vendetta against the company. Tackett rescued you by inserting into your brain a neural implant designed to modulate your perceptions and enable you to retain your grasp on reality. Given a new beginning, you established a reputation in the city as a reliable freelance. But you never forgot Deidre Tackett, the woman who was your savior. The vampires! In the year 2094, New York City suffers from a new threat of urban violence, a new wave of paranoia, the vampire plague. The streets are abuzz with talk of these hellspawn creatures, and reports of their attacks fill the news media daily. Rumors fly, and people are unjustly accused. People have seen the damage they've done, but few have seen the vampires for themselves. Since the city is a violent one, full of the grotesque and the outrageous, a vampire can roam the streets, taking victims at will, going virtually undetected. You, as Ransom Stark, fall prey to one of the vampires. One thing, however, keeps you from becoming a full vampire: your neural implant. Put in years ago by Deirdre Tackett. Now you must find the means to purge yourself of your vampiric nature before the neural implant expires, and you are damned to eternity as a full vampire, all while escaping the clutches of the vampire lord who made you. Only you can lead him to the powerful program Tackett designed, the program that grants ultimate power in cyberspace. This game's sad. I am very excited for this game to be good, and I'm also very scared that it's going to be absolute trash. It is Micropose. So this is a game made in 94 by 93, late 1993 by Micropose. Sounds very Shadowrun. Yeah, a little bit of Shadowrun in there for sure. But I'm excited to see if it actually manages to capture our attention. I don't know if it's gonna beat out Betrayal at Condor for best RPG of that year, but we'll see. On a cold evening in Manhattan, you relax in your favorite bar, The Abyss. As you order another round, you notice a striking, exotic woman staring at you from across the room. Still staring, she walks toward you and makes her offer. I had heard of BloodNet before this. I didn't see any of it, though. I've only ever really seen, like, the cover and little bits of, like, oh, it's about cyberpunk vampires, I think? And, like, micropose and a few things like that. Oh, hell yeah, okay. The art is a weird perspective.
Looking for me?
Shift, but, like,
Maybe.
pretty good so far.
I thought I could find someone like you in a place like this.
My lucky day. The name's Ransom Stark.
I know. I've heard of you. Looks like clients aren't exactly beating down your door, Stark. I'm here to make you an offer. Pays 50 grand. Interested?
For 50 grand? There isn't much I wouldn't do for 50 grand.
I'm not interested in your personal life.
What's inflation like in
What
2094?
I want is some business taken care of. A man named Clayton McRae with the Trans-Tech Cyber Eye Bureau is making my life very difficult. My father and I have indulged in a few business practices that conflict with the company's policies and aren't going to sit well with the Judgment Committee. I want the records of them wiped off the disks. Or McRae convinced that I'm not worth investigating. Ever. I don't care how you do it. Just do it and you'll get paid. Agreed?
Are you part of the deal?
Just do what you're hired to do, Stark. You'll get your money. Then we'll talk.
Where do I find you?
Uptown at 666
Oh, wow,
West
that-
125th Street. Penthouse.
The microphone
I'll be
changed
waiting.
very drastically. Also, I know that we're Ransom Stark, but can I not be Ransom Stark after that comment? Because you are a professional. Am I? The job takes only a few days. You transfer the information to Van Helsing and take the subway to his penthouse to collect your payment. Oh my god, this... The font is... Mwah. I don't know if this is meant to be as shitposty as it is feeling. I'm guessing not.
I'm here for my 50 grand.
You work fast.
Not too fast. I get the job done. Now I'm here to collect.
Relax. You'll get what's coming to you.
That's what I'm counting on.
You've got a real attitude, Stark. Too bad we hadn't met under different circumstances. I'm not usually one to go for low-rent mercenary types.
Don't knock it till you've tried it.
God, what a
Besides,
piece of
you're
shit.
not exactly standard issue. What's your story anyway? You come out of nowhere with the most unusual, captivating looks I've ever seen on anyone. Then offer me a fortune for a job I could do in my sleep. I couldn't wait to get up
fortune?
here to see you again.
It's 50 grand. What's
You're
inflation
like? No woman
like?
I've ever met. I'm
Look,
not sure I like what you're doing to me.
Don't knock it until you've tried it, Stark.
2094. I don't think 50 grand would be worth that much anymore.
You read my mind.
Speaking of mind, what is this thing that's sticking out of the back of your head? You have a neural implant, Stark?
Yeah, a woman pulled me out of the gutter and saved my life with that thing.
Another woman, Stark? I'm almost jealous.
She was a friend. A good friend. I haven't even talked to Tackett in years. Heard she was somewhere in the Greenwich Village Warrens. I should look her up. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for her.
How true, but let's forget about her. One woman saved you, Stark, and now one's going to damn you. My way is a lot more fun. Talk to me, Stark. I want to know everything about you.
That didn't look... Her face was real weirdly squished. Like, did somebody push her nose back into her brain?
That will be enough, Melissa. You can amuse yourself with him later. I am Abraham Van Helsing. You work for me now, Stark.
I'm not on your payroll anymore, Pop, so don't start throwing your weight around.
Yeah, you just gotta give me the money.
You do not yet see the seriousness of your position. You shall.
Nah, I think I'll be seeing the door, Daddy.
No, Stark. You will not leave this room until I have tasted of you.
Don't call
What
him
are
Dad.
you? Your eyes. So intense.
You have given me what I need. The address of Deirdre Taggett. My vampires and I have tracked dozens of former TransTech employees who might have known where Taggett was hiding herself. At last, we found you. Your time as my minion has just begun. Come to me, Stark. Feel my mouth on your neck. For your services to me, I give you life eternal, undeath without end.
Naming the vampire Van Helsing is weird. That art was good. Okay, yeah, the photos, sure. Ah, the skull in the eyes, no! Oh, man. Hell yeah. Untold hours after Van Helsing's attack, you awaken dazed and racked with pain in a surreal tomb-like chamber. What is this music, too? It's a little too chaotic.
What have I become? What have you done to me?
You are one of us now, Stark. A vampire, a hunter of men. And because you are of my creation, you are under my command.
But why?
I
Good
could
question.
use a freelance with your talents in my cadre of Night Stalkers. When we have captured Taggett and taken from her the information that we need, I will be but one step from attaining power over Manhattan, cyberspace, and beyond. I shall control the Earth's computers. I shall have power without limit.
And I'm gonna help you.
You already have. Giving me Taggett is like handing over Incubus, the ultimate icebreaker, to me. Come, you have much to learn. You must be weak after what you've endured. Let us venture outside and select your dinner.
Sorry, Abe. After-death experiences always turn my stomach. I ain't hungry.
Hell yeah! Your sudden blow stuns the vampire lord, allowing you to make a mad dash from the penthouse to the street. Not pausing to catch your breath, you run to the subway, desperate to reach Tackett's laboratory before it's too late. Is this our main antagonist? Because we just one-punched him at level 1 in an RPG. That punch is real good.
What has happened? The situation is untenable, Stark. Power drain is immense. Perceptual filters and personality stabilizers processing at maximum capacity to neutralize unbelievably alien inputs. I repeat, what is happening? I think I'm dying, Implant. The old guy is a vampire.
I knew that.
He tried to transform me into one.
Because I read the
He
manual.
expected to control me, but I'm still in charge, I think. I feel both awful and great. My whole body aches, but I feel strong enough to kick through a wall. Oh, God. Look at my flesh. My mouth aches. My teeth are sharper. I think I have fangs. Get a grip on yourself, Ransom. Current inputs are confusing enough. I need less babble from you and more analysis. I'm doing my best here. It's not every day somebody bites my neck open and sucks on my arteries. Analysis? I've become a vampire, it seems. Except, for some reason, I'm able to resist Van Helsing's domination. Maybe you have something to do with that. Assuredly, Ransom. Van Helsing's attack almost fried me, and I've been working double time to counter the vampiric elements that Van Helsing introduced into your identity matrix. I have managed to slow the rate at which you're becoming a vampire, but, as I mentioned, the drain on me is considerable. I compute that at present outlays, I will cease to function in days, and you will irrevocably become a vampire. You're saying I'm not damned yet? There's still hope? My presence has helped you maintain a grip on your humanity. You are, for the most part, a vampire, but I think that state is still reversible. I haven't the slightest idea how you reverse your condition, but theoretically it's possible. You might try accessing the well where Deirdre keeps her text files. Perhaps she is involved with the vampires in some way. The well was at the address Hope. I assume it is still there unless she has changed it. You might also review the notes you keep in your handheld computer. You could use some help.
Whoa, a handheld computer? Wild. I believe they call that a deck in this game. Wells, by the way, are illegal websites, data repositories in cyberspace. They have a full glossary inside of the manual, if we look. Okay, so everybody in chat is going like, wow, if this is the dialogue, then it's obvious why it lost to Betrayal at Krondor. Whereas I'm like, man, if this is the dialogue, how could this have possibly lost to Betrayal at Krondor? So yeah, we have, a number of things in the glossary. You can learn all about cyberspace, which is defined by William Gibson as a consensual hallucination. You've got data angels. You know, the name for cyberspace travelers. Like myself. Yeah, so the well is an illegal data cluster. The name honors the Whole Earth Electronic Link, a 20th century bulletin board. Matrix, another name for cyberspace. You get rage gangs and soul boxes and ICE intrusion countermeasure electronics. Good shit. Good shit. Uh-oh. Come on. Let go of my mouse. There we go. Did not want to do that. Do they have a glassary? Come on. Oh. Now it's gonna be fine. There. So character generation in this seems like a gigantic pain. There is quick generation, but let's do manual because we wanna experience everything, right? It's done through questions. Let's play a quiz, kids! After programming a security system for a local pawn shop, the owner says he's short on cash and can only reimburse you in trade. You're angry, of course. But if you can't have cash, you'd prefer to have the sinusoidal pulse gun you've had your eye on. There are a lot of answers from what I've seen. An upgrade to your decking unit, allowing you to remain in the net longer. Top of the line decoder, giving you quick entry to the most common security systems in the city. Oh, there was less than I thought. There was a bunch on some of the earlier ones, I thought. I looked at this very briefly. Had to check that it was working. I never saw that intro. I never looked at it. Your first RPG was Ultima 4. I have never played an Ultima game. I might have sat down with one or two at a friend's house one time, but it's been like when I was a kid. It was long enough ago that I just don't remember. Let's go with the pulse gun. Well, I know that we can recruit party members and such. I wonder... One of the problems I did see in the combat, in the manual, it says, like, you can actually pick which characters from your party go into combat. The exception is yourself. Ransom always has to go into combat. So I'm worried that means that we actually need to be good at combat, or we're just gonna get our shit rocked. And we need other characters to handle the rest of stuff. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with the, We're gonna hack into security systems. A former colleague, Toby Fu, asks you to dinner. After an expensive sushi dinner, Toby excuses himself but does not return from the men's room. Realizing that he's walked out on the bill, you seek revenge by decking into the cybernet and transferring an ample sum from Toby's account to yours, and then erasing Toby's entire savings account record to teach him a lesson. Why wouldn't I steal all of it then? I don't want to just delete his... No, you take everything. You don't just delete it. Why throw it in the wind? Inviting Toby to dinner at the geisha bar. Oh boy. We've hired ranters to greet him and show him the errors of his ways. Okay, is ranters a glossary thing? No. What are ranters? A gang? Like, beat him up? Maybe? Waiting for Toby outside his Greenwich Village flat and socking him in the jaw with a set of sizzle nucks. Jury rigging a flash grenade and placing it in Toby's mailbox to surprise him in the morning. Because you can't actually jury rig as one of the abilities in the game. It's one of your main character traits. I'm gonna jury rig up a flash grenade and place it in his mailbox. Sure. All of these seem disproportionate. You'd think so. While attempting to penetrate the data cluster of Pacific Grill, an ocular enhancements manufacturer, you encounter a difficult-to-solve ICE system. You are searching for the designs of PG's latest infrascope. You engineer a software program that will bypass it. Arm yourself with EMP mines, sizzle nuts, and a sinusoidal pulse gun. Break into Pacific Grill. Overcome any resistance encountered and steal the scopes. Break into the building in East Manhattan one evening, locate the computer generating the ice, and use a DOScider to introduce a virus to it, thus crippling it. Engineer software program to bypass it. Yeah, okay. I feel like we're a stealther. After being maimed by a nano shredder, you face your own death and are offered the possibility of cloning. Your body and personality can be copied, but your memories will not be your own. For a price, you can choose a computer-generated past. Who gives a shit? I'm dead at this point. I don't care. Just don't bother, because who cares? Just give it because the price is a pain. Be decked into the net one more time, so that your identity can be dispersed, and hope the new you can return to the Matrix and reassemble the pieces. Let my memories be repieced back into me, so that I can take over my clone? That's opt to start life over again and plant into the memories of the spy hero novel you idolized. Fuck it, I don't care. Roll the dice, baby. After you finally earned the money to settle down and open your own cyber hog shop. Oh, servicing and selling antique Harleys. Okay, yes. Yeah. You know, the normal cyber hogs that I see in cyberpunk fiction that I read. The neighborhood kingpin drops by to let you know that he expects a cut of the profits in exchange for protection. Make sure to rev your cyber hogs respectfully in the neighborhood. Nobody wants to see you cranking your hog real loud. Good to see you, Madame Adversary. There's nothing worse than when a whole group of people comes through on their cyber hogs, just like wrecking the neighborhood with all their loud noises. Okay, I actually need to read this again. Cut of the profits in exchange for protection. I think we're setting up for being a stealth fucker. Yeah, there we go. As a result of some deals gone rotten, you're in debt to a rage gang called the Hard Metals. They demand several cybernetic prostheses, or promise to break your legs instead. Unfortunately, you can't afford even one. You consume a half-dozen breathers. Yep, another thing not in the glossary. Okay. It's not even in our... Oh, no, it is in our smart drugs. Breathers. Sorry, hold up. Let me just... This narcotic increases alertness and sensitivity to stimuli, giving many users the feeling of hawk-like senses. I love that they even have the fake drug components. It's fucking great. Although... corticosteroids. That exists. Interesting. House Call Gel and Vitacompound G. I love snorting some Vitacompound G on a good Tuesday morning. This game, currently, mwah, loving this. It's so good. Okay, try and build them myself. Sure. Maybe doing a whole lot of coke is maybe not the way to start doing that, but who knows? You meet with the Hard Metals leader, and after 20 minutes frantic talking, convince him to give you more time to come up with prostheses. Using part salvage from your old holo projectors and abandoned cars, you fashion a crude electromagnetic pulse emitter to use against the Hard Metals prostheses. Because they all have it themselves, sure. In an act of desperate recklessness, break into the laboratory of Julian Berga, a cyberneticist of your acquaintance, and steal the needed limbs. I think I stole shit. If really hard up, you'll lift a few wallets, but only the honorable way, off the wealthy. On 5th and Park, fair enough. One strange victim catches you in the act. His reflexes are lightning quick, his eyes stare into yours, and you feel yourself weaken, wanting to go with him. Wait, what? I didn't think it was gonna go that direction. I was like almost gonna make the joke of it going that direction, and then it went that direction. Huh. Alright. Start talking fast, offering to give him all the wallets you lifted that day if he agrees to let you go. Distract him, slither out of his grasp and run like hell. Use every ounce of strength to resist his will. Reach for the blade in your boot and slice him in the face. Well, why? What if I want to go with him? I don't get the option to like dive longingly into his eyes, like. Yeah. I guess I run. Word reaches you that your former benefactor, Deidre Tackett, is in need of a virtual effector intender coprocessor to complete her current project. The item is extremely difficult to obtain on the street. You arm yourself with a whole bunch of shit and break into Trans Technicals to steal the device. That's like the mega conglomerate that owns everything. That seems like a very bad idea. Deck into the cybernet and scan every bulletin board and visit every well that you are aware of in hope of gaining a lead on a coprocessor. Break into the home of Mars Jazz, a wealthy dealer in rare and expensive stolen goods, to examine his databases and learn if he possesses one. Spend day and night working the scrapyards, bartering, thieving, and conning in an effort to raise sufficient funds to allow you to purchase a virtual coprocessor. Okay. I have to go to the home of Mars Jazz. Yeah, why can't we be Mars Jazz? When you need to earn extra money, you... This is a long test. Fence hardware that you salvaged from the scrapyards and refurbished. Assemble whatever weapons or hardware you can from the components you have on stock and sell them. Take to grifting by pulling small cons. Hire yourself out as a locksmith. So this is just like lockpicking. Fence hard. Okay. Let's do a little grift. Oh my god, there's more. The Neo-Pagans have offered you an astronomical fee to bring them any one of the 19th century icons in St. Patrick's Cathedral. The money is just too good, but you know that they're going to deface the thing in some twisted black ritual. What? Wait, am I a cyber Catholic of the 21st century? Do I care? I didn't know that I was into cyber Catholicism. Snag the icon and sell it, then go back to the pastor and I'll track it down. Okay. Alright, I'm feeling this one. Have an artist sculpt a forgotten 20th century pop figure in a studded cape and pass it off as the icon. They've never been in a church. They won't know a Funko Pop from a cross. Oh, I kind of want to sell them a Funko Pop Christ figure. We all know what the figure is going to be, right? Everyone knows it. Yep, Fence That Dogma merch. immediately. Oh my god. I kind of like fucking with both of them. There was 12 questions is what it said, but this feels like more. Maybe it's just that they're really long. I'm spending a lot of time on them. During a heist at the Met, you and your associates left some evidence that was traced back to you. Now your mug is all over the news. The group thinks you should lay low for a while. You keep them in Manhattan until it blows over. Break away alone and go into hiding out of state. Pay off the accusers before the investigation gets too far along. Decide that sneaking would be an admission of guilt. Said you alert the news and start a media circus. Once you claim the charges against you are discriminatory. Does that matter in Cyber Manhattan 2094 filled with vampires and owned by a single corporation? I feel like they wouldn't care that it's discriminatory. I obviously have a chain of safe houses all over the city. There's more! God damn it! I'm drifting through Lower Manhattan one evening. Also, we've seen the way that Ransom Stark acts. Everyone would be like, no, he did it. Immediately fucking throw him in jail. While drifting through Lower Manhattan one evening, you discover in an alley a crate bearing the Trans Technicals logo. The crate contains machinery that is foreign to you. Get back to your workshop and spend days disassembling it to learn its function. Assemble and use the components you are familiar with in other projects. Is it not the same? That sounds very similar. Deck into cyberspace and begin accessing any sources known to you in search of information. Anonymously contact a middle manager at Transtech and attempt to sell the device back to them. Insist on a high price, all the while keeping secret your ignorance of the device purpose. Reverse engineer versus scrap it? I guess? Kind of like that. There we go. All right. Whew. Ransom Stark, 74 hit points. We've got... Yo! Thank you for the sub, comment.
Okay, let's run.
Strength, endurance, agility, stealth, pickpocket, hacking. I have really high endurance based on those questions. Seems weird. And very high blades, apparently. I can give myself more innocence. I have very little faith. You can actually... So in the game, you use faith to ward off vampires, obviously. Cyber vampires. Oh, I can modify up to 5 skills with that many points. Okay. It explains the Neo-Catholic thing, yes. There's a reason why they asked that. I knew that at the time, but it was still real weird. It's still really weird. That leadership seems real bad. Okay, I'll modify it a bunch. I I have very few cyber skills. Oh god, I hate... I'm not doing that one. That's awful. This man looks very sick. It's a hell of a widow's peak, considering it's nowhere near the peak. Sure. Which of these do I want to see the most on screen? Or, put another way, which one will bother me to see the least? Yeah, some of the fast talk options have got to get pretty interesting, I would think. We'll go with this one, sure. You're next, Stark. Oh no. Oh, weird. Oh, the perspective is fucking wrong. Oh, wow. Are these... Okay, I can right-click on that? What the hell? I read the manual, and this still doesn't make sense. What? I read the manual just before going live, and this still makes no sense. So, like... Moving and interacting objects, right-clicking over an object on the main screen allows you to pick it up. Right-clicking it will drop it. If your cursor is over more than one object, a menu appears asking you to select the object you wish to pick up. Double right-clicking an object will produce a description of the object that is on the game screen. After right-clicking an object, the object becomes a mouse cursor. Yeah. Okay, you can click on you at that point to put it into his inventory. That's what it is. Because like I knew of all the menu up at the top. It has some neat things in here, like it has a dialogue replay, which is all of the dialogue from characters, which is nice. Contacts. Houston Matrix Rovers. Make a note to tell Penn Martinez to tighten up his security. He and his cyberspace users group, the Houston, what is, yeah. Like, wait, muscle relaxants, right. Have a series of illegal wells in the net. Stumbled upon one in a recent deck. If I can find it, Transtech sure can. Penn's a friend. I don't want to see the security swarming over their Canal Street meeting room. Big escape key. The XTR-97 hand comm. Oh, well, the Flux Riders out clubbing the other night met a rider named Una Flight? Haven't checked in on my old gang in months. Una seemed like an ace kid. Said the riders are hanging around West 79. In my day, the riders knew the buzz in the cyber underground. Current leader's a young guy named Hondo. These names are peak. They're so goddamn good. It's involved in something serious. Lash Givens. Note to myself that my fine friend Lash Givens is back on his feet after recovering from the injuries he sustained on a job inside Transtech property. Monique St. Clair. Speaking of the abyss, I may stop going there if I keep running into Monique. Ex-lovers and dark bars don't mix. They're really trying for this noir feel. Wish I could be sure how she feels about what happened between us. She says we're friends, but I'm certain she's holding a grudge. Central Park is crowded by vampires. Gotcha. Timmy Goldfarb. Where the hell is he? He's a reliable snitch, but he's dropped out of sight. The Doom Pilots. Pitiful sight. Some of these guys had a name as Cutting Edge Surfers on the net. Now they went soft. Some stuff about hypocrisy earning living off cyberspace. When cyberspace is created by the megacorp that screws us over. I don't know. Always thought that surfing into illegal sea space territory is the best way to stick it to them. Rima and Garrick Fizz. Never surfed with a better couple of deckers. But keep an eye on Garrick. Takes too many chances. Never saw any woman and her old man happier working together. Oh man. Okay, so we can enter cyberspace, or we can look at our decking unit. So we get a computer that we can add more stuff to. A 1 terabyte memory chip. Dang. A tin soldier soul box. We have a looker chip. We have a level 2 cloak. So you get cloak is to stop security from catching you when you deck into cyberspace. Looker and soul boxes are required. This is essentially your NPC avatar. I mean, this is your avatar, your I guess PC avatar in cyberspace. The looker chip is so that you can look around. It's necessary. I don't know what an upgrade to it means. I kind of read the manual on it, but memory gives you more space. You get more storage space down here, more memory that you have. Get your party. Ransom Stark, the most observant member of the party, searches the area and finds nothing. And you can go into combat. You can go quick combat, which means the computer just does it for you. You can do descriptive, so that you're actually making the choices. Or you can just bite people, because you actually need to stop your hunger meter. Because you're now a cyber vampire yourself. Ah, a decking unit case. Okay, let's take that. Inertia sensors. Circuitry designed to detect and analyze the magnitude and physics of a force striking the sensors with circuitry to which they are linked. Okay. Radiation screen for a refraction suit. So how do I look at my own inventory again? It's not in party. Double clicking with the right mouse button is very weird. Oh man, a 4 terabyte chip. They're actually doing a pretty good job in 94 of like, yeah, okay, this like, okay, can I, how do I'd like get into my stuff? Maybe I just, there. Now I have a 4 terabyte one, sure. How can I not put it into my own inventory? I goes my inventory. How do I get to my inventory? I looked at this before. Deck, enter cyberspace. Location. Salmon. Character information sheets. Oh, it's the bottom of the screen and right click. Weird. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, I, like, held it as 2 clicks is why. Here's my inventory. I've got a Kevlar vest and a laser pistol. Also a shotgun if I want. So sure, I guess? I don't know. I have power cells for a laser pistol. Guessing I don't really have any, Oh, and I've picked up some other stuff. The decking unit case, sure. Kevlar coveralls. Which are better. How do I know? It's a very weird system for this. Humanity 100%, bloodlust 4%. If you kill more innocent people, the more your humanity goes down. If your humanity hits 0, you lose the game, apparently. Can't go fully vampire. How do I know what the difference is? There is... Actually, it might just be in the manual, because there was stuff on, like, all of the weapons and things. Smart drugs, weapons, nothing about protect. Oh, there we go. Protection Kevlar. Okay, well, you can obtain a variety of garments fashioned from Kevlar. These garments are proof against firearms, excepting the Riot Stopper, and melee weapons, excepting holy water. That's the information, I guess. Huh. Neural implant plans. The design to Deirdre Tackett's groundbreaking neural implant that remedies Hopkins-Bree syndrome. So I wonder if there is going to be a twist that we just can't recognize reality anymore. Why can I not pick anything up? Is my inventory full? Nope. Okay. Wow, it's really particular about where you click. There we go. Jesus. Gotcha. Why am I such a child in this world? This is super fucking weird, right? This perspective is very wrong. I am not... Oh my god. Can I set this down? What the... Dermal filament. Extremely thin. Skin-like circuitry designing to... Interface circuitry with the human body. Component of most cyber garb. Hi, I would like to pick this up. There we go. Wow. That sucks. That really sucks. That sucks a lot to use. So do we need like a... That decking cover or whatever, should I put it in here? It didn't seem like I should, but like what else do I use that for? I wonder. The whole interface is not great. Okay. I right-clicked, which brought me back out. I got used to right-clicking because you had to right-click on everything to interact with it, except when you get to here, in which case it backs out, which is awkward. Okay, so use? You cannot use this. Escape. Can I... Aha! Does this go anywhere? I don't think so. I think that it's probably for jury rigging? Oh, I don't want to drop it. Put it back in my inventory. There we go. Okay. This, like, just guy next to chair. That's really weird, right? That just looks super bad. Okay, I guess I want to go to New York map. Where are we going? What do we want to do now? What's that? Is this where I am? Nothing in the manual here. I should actually... Oh, I can't really link it easily. I wish I could show the whole manual. It's 20 pages long, and it has absolutely 0 screenshots from the game. None. Oh, sorry. I lied. It has that one. I think that's it. Like... It's part of why this is very confusing to actually use. And the end. That's not helpful, as it turns out. You do need a little bit of... Like, if you're going to have a user interface like this, you need to... It just tells you, like, oh, when you click near the top, then it'll open up the menus and you can do these things from this menu. But, like, it's not like these are labeled. Like, when I mouse over them, it's not like it pops up what they are. I have to then click on them, which you worry is like, okay, wait, am I going to exit the game by clicking this? Does this mean that I'm exiting? You don't really know. It's a weird system. I mean, it is 94, so I get that it can be awkward, but this is very... A picture's worth 1,000 words, and it sure could use some more pictures. Or more words. But yeah, like, I don't know, like, is this gonna just... When you click on it first, like, when you just sit here and hover over it, nothing happens. So it's not like you know, like, what does this do? So if you click on it, you're like, wait, am I gonna leave the menu that I want to be on? Like, is it gonna change something? I don't know. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, so I can right-click on the bottom of the screen, but as my mouse goes up, I'm not clicking, but just moving the mouse up, it'll take it off. So that's what happened. I didn't double right-click. It's that I moved my mouse up too high, and it immediately brought me back to the main area. Huh. I feel like I'm in a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids game. It's really weird. Okay, so we're supposed to find in Greenwich Village? Because we're looking for Deirdre. This is some cool art. I really like the look of the map, even if it's not particularly useful. Because I still don't know, like, what the heck? Why is this big thing glowing here? I mean, I guess that it's trans technicals, so there's probably something wild there. Is that the idea? I'm guessing. I mean, this is highlighted, so does that mean that's where I'm supposed to go? Apparently, yes. Okay. Am I in her? Wait. Are we in her lab? You're next, Stark. Yes, okay. We went to her lab. Oh my god. Okay. It didn't make any of this clear. Fair enough. Gotcha. So let's, I don't know, look for where she went? Times Square, the Abyss. There's a lot about the bar, so let's go to the bar. Okay. That one's a little bit my fault. I should have figured that one out.
Why, you insist on ogling me like that. I feel like a piece of meat in a supermarket case.
Relax, I ain't looking. I'm here to hire mercs. Need the best on my side.
You're looking at him, fighting, decking, you name it, I'm the finest. Plus, I would add an element of style to your little endeavor. Looks like you could use it.
Yeah, well, style ain't gonna save me when I'm on the wrong end of a white noise blaster. What makes you so damn sure of yourself?
My skills
Who's
speak
talking?
for themselves. I'm even better than I look. That's why my fee for a job is $25,000. You always get what you pay for. You want the best? If not, don't waste my time.
I'm better than I look. So I guess that I'm the one hiring him?
I suggest you leave. You really are an annoyance. Besides, you're standing in my light.
I feel like I've gotta turn off the music. I can't hear what anybody is saying.
Looking for work, Cisco?
Not me, amigo mío. I'm retired. I still drink here, but that's it.
I've got a job you'd be perfect for.
Kind of rigging I used to do is for young guys. I'm washed up.
That's bull. I know about you. Know what you can do. When I first went freelance, the scroungers buzzed you and Hakeem all the time. You two are legends, man. You don't just quit on that.
Legends who don't know when to quit end up being dead legends. Hakeem is a businessman now. When he's ready for me, I'll be his partner. We don't need the danger.
This could be a big score. Make you for life. Involves hitting the company. You were the best at that, and I bet you're still pretty damn good. I'll be decking pretty deep into the network. No telling what company tech you could get your hands on.
What job are we hiring for?
I'm not a mark, kid. Don't try and sell me. Talk to Maksudi. He always made the decisions for both of us. If he goes for your deal, I'm in as well. These days, he hangs with a group called the Houston Matrix Rovers.
Okay, so we did know about the Houston Matrix Rovers. Sure. Who's this?
I might be looking to hire.
Oh,
some
hell
art
yeah,
guy.
that's real good art there.
You look like you got the muscle, but do you got the references, big guy?
Until recently, I've traveled the Midwest, doing God's work in the grain belt.
You just say God's work?
The angel of the Lord comes to me at night, in visions and voices, and tells me of good and evil. Do you see my hands? These hands strangle God's enemies. These hands crush the throat of the Socialist Party candidate for mayor of Chicago. These hands broke the neck of the Bolshevik, leading a strike against the St. Louis corn syrup cartel. These hands hurled the president of an East Coast bank from the roof of the Sears Tower to his death below.
Those would be credentials, all right. Eloquently stated, too. What about vampires and trans-technicals? Would those be God's enemies, too?
The voices are unclear about the companies. God's authority over man is reflected in the company's great power and wealth. There may be a link between the corporate and the divine. It is confusing. But about the Night Walkers, there can be no doubt. They are spawn of Satan and must be crushed by these hands of God. For $4,500, I can join your struggle. Will you have me?
Oh, fuck no. God,
Do
no.
not stay my hands if you fight the Lord's enemies. I am a murderous weapon for righteousness.
God hates vampires, socialists, loves greed, loves money. Things that we know about God.
Stark, how you been? Garrick and I gave up on you months ago. Thought you must have bought the permanent cyber vacation, know what I mean? Hey, you don't look so good.
I haven't been myself. Listen, I can trust you guys, right?
Always could. You laid your own neck on the line for Garrick and me many a time when we nearly crossed the line with Transtech.
Where is your old man anyway?
He's working for an uptown gang that wants some Transtech dirt. Call themselves Electric Anarchy. Routine stuff. It's been a while since we had any jobs with some meat on them. I'm booked to trail some guy in the net who's accused of being one of these vampires we're hearing about on the news. Anything to stay working these days. What is it, Stark? Your pale skin went almost blue there for a second.
Let's put it this way. If you were bounty hunting the undead, you'd be able to take that Cuban cruise with the money I'd bring in for you.
They got you, Stark? Of all people? I can't believe it. Nobody could ever touch you when it
Got
came
a
to
very
combat.
Marge Simpson voice.
I hope you're okay, but
I can't
how'd you let your guard
believe
down
it.
long enough to get taken like that?
Hey, I'm human, okay? At least half, anyway. Now what I need is to keep my half-breed hide alive. And there's more. Incubus is real, Rimma, and these guys want it. If we don't get it before they do, we're all
this is
gone.
Rimma Fizz, I guess.
I'm gonna need the best people on my side.
Sign me up. That is what you're getting at, isn't it?
Sure.
You just got yourself one of the best deckers in Manhattan. But I don't want to pull this kind of job without Garrick. Let's swing uptown to 175th Street and pick him up. He can skip the money he'd be making with that job. This is more important. Garrick's sure gonna be glad to see you, Stark.
They're throwing a lot of terms at us and things that don't... Some of it doesn't mesh. Like, it's just... Incubus is real. What's that, like... What's Incubus?
Hey there,
Oh my
Nimrod.
God,
How
those...
are they going?
The music here is grating and arrhythmic. The smoke pollutes my optic sensors.
Yeah, I'm having fun too. Listen. You working on anything?
I'm not currently contracted to anyone. If I lacked discipline, I would be at what might be called loose ends.
Existential crisis, Nimrod? I didn't think you were the type. You've worked for the Purity Council, right?
The Genetic Purity Council has at times contracted me to kill certain individuals who do not meet specified demographic profiles, yes.
That's what I thought. The rage gangs and cyberpunks are terrified of you. What would it cost me to, contract with you?
For the transfer of $14,000, my services can be contracted. Are you making me an offer to join you?
I've contracted enough recently, thank you.
I understand.
Incubus is a band from the 90s, an artifact of a past age. But they were real. Yeah, Incubus is real.
Yeah, what do you want? Can't you see I'm right in the middle of something here? Man, you look worse than I feel.
Yeah, well, I got bigger things on my mind than looking pretty.
Obviously. The only time a man gets to look like that is when he's being hunted. Looks like you could use a hand. I may like a drink now and then to calm my nerves, but I'm a damn good shot. Got the senses of a hawk ever since I got my ocular and
This
aural implants.
voice is better than most.
You hiring? I'm cheap. Only 15 grand.
Jesus Christ.
Leave me to my work. I've barely made a dent in this here bottle of whiskey.
They've acted like 50,000 is an absurd amount of money. And then everybody else is like, yeah. I'll do one job for you for 25,000. Like, what? Okay, do I... So this is weird too. Like, I click here and I can't walk. Okay, but if I... Yeah, like, when I click over, I can't walk to there. If I click up, I'll walk a little bit. Like one click doesn't move you to where the cursor is. It moves you a little bit at a time. the movement is not amazing. Come on. Like, what is this? Okay, so is that now I can see my party members? Why is there a green icon here? Was it there before? No, that's because I can actually enter and leave an area. Okay. And it didn't have that on the last spot because there wasn't anywhere for me to enter and leave from. Gotcha.
You bothering me for good reason, boy?
Just looking around. Looking for the right mercs. Fighters, deckers, the best.
Well, you're looking at the finest of fighters right here. If you can afford me. I love the fight. Live for it. Always looking for any excuse to cause a little pain.
You seem pretty sure of yourself. But arrogance never saved my skin in the heat of battle. I need skill.
Well, if you have doubts, why don't you find out for yourself? Maybe you'll live long enough to make a decision.
Okay, I guess we're in a fight. Left click on the location to place a character. Oh boy. Alright, now I actually need to show everyone what the combat inside of the manual says. Because here we go. Alright, combat. Melee, yeah, there's the skill descriptions. Because let's see how this meshes together with their little one-page thing on combat. Well, I guess they've got 2 pages. The battleground. Combat occurs on the same screens as NPC interaction. The game interface is no longer accessible, as it is replaced by combat interface menus. All NPCs are represented in combat by a combat figure that is chosen based on the character's generic character type. Art of the duel. Combat mode is initiated whenever a player selects the descriptive or quick combat options in the game menu, whenever an NPC attacks the player. When descriptive combat begins, the user will place party members on the map before or after his opponent does so, depending on whether he has the character with the highest leadership skills. Okay, so leadership is actually the combat placement. A message across the bottom of the screen will prompt you to place characters in your party one at a time. Place a character, position the mouse cursor with the location you wish to place them, left-click the character, and they appear on the cursor. The message will identify the character. And after you have done all of that, when you've placed the characters you wish to use in the fight, click the right mouse button or strike escape. Ransom must always be in combat. We get quick or descriptive. Quick being that the computer will just do all of it. Makes all the combat decisions for your party as well as your opponent. Simply watch the battle unfold. You can intervene at any time by pressing escape. Descriptive gives us greater control over the party. We can position our troops before combat, issue battle orders, reposition and target your characters between every round. But like, what would I need to... I can issue orders. Defend position. Oh, you do have to target a body, by the way, to kill a vampire, because you have to stake them. I did read that in here. Can change weapons, exert will, or be done. So let's see how this works. Very, very basic options for sure. So, I don't know how positioning matters, though. Like, it's saying defend position and stop people from being next to you and stuff, but... Are these both enemies? I'm guessing. I was talking to one person, so I don't quite know. Wait. Oh no! Oh no! There is only one character model for a type includes our party members. Oh, at least they face the other way. Okay. Wow, that's tough. Lisa 5 Eagles, defending with a laser pistol. And Miranda Armanda. Okay, the naming. Whoever did the naming in this deserves a raise. But I don't know about the rest of it. Free combat just means they do whatever. I can order her to bite. I don't think that she's a vampire. Does that... Okay. I was wondering, I'm like, wait, that... Huh? Acquire target. Sure. Is that... Yep. Alright. I don't know why I would need to target a body part other than if they're a vampire. Does it care? Like, can I disable them? Nothing really says that. We'll go for a headshot, I suppose. Resume combat? Lisa 5 Eagles hit Rima Fizz with a laser pistol in the head for 10 points of damage. Ransom Stark missed Lisa 5 Eagles with a laser pistol. Miranda Armanda hit Rima Fizz with a laser rifle in the left leg for 20 points of damage. Jesus Christ. For 2 points? Oh, we're screwed. Well, Grimma's dead. Oh, wow, she is actually dead, too. Oh, everyone's dead. Okay. You succumb to your greatest enemy, death. Sure. Well, we know most of what's going to happen here.
Stark, how you been?
Haven't been.
Forward.
Where? Let's
Take
hey.
you.
So apparently, we do not have a combat-heavy group at all. What's Rima Fizz's stats look like? She's got really good strength and agility, it seems. Oh, trip combat. I'm assuming these are decent scores. She's way better than me, Jesus Christ. Like, across the board, every single skill is way higher than ours. Having to click and then move only like 2 steps at a time. So like I click here and look at how far I go. So you have to just keep clicking. Is it that wait, can I hold? I hold click. Okay, that's better, I guess? Awkward.
Brag my matrix. What the hell happened to you? You look half dead. That about sums it up, Lash. You can't believe what's coming down. So what's got you? Somebody inject you with a designer virus? Nano machine? You look like you've lost half your blood, boy. Wish it was a bioweapon. Those can be countered easy enough. This'll sound crazy, Lash. Those vampire rumors you've been hearing? They're true. I've seen them. I've become one of them, or nearly one of them. A vampire named Van Helsing. Yeah, like the guy in the Dracula legends. He lured me to his palace on a bogus job. He was looking for Tackett, and when he got what he wanted out of me, he did this.
So our dipshit main character didn't realize that he was a vampire even though he was named Van Helsing.
Forced himself on me. My implant's the only
But now
thing
he
keeping
knows.
me even partially human. And it won't last forever. I don't reverse this soon, it'll be too late. I'll be a vampire forever.
Y'all are serious, aren't you? Y'all are a vampire? My God, look at you. What the hell do we do about this, Ransom?
I don't know. I've got to find a cure before it's too late, and I have to save Deirdre. Van Helsing's grabbed her. He's after Incubus. Turns out that's for real, too. I owe that woman my life, Lash. I have to rescue her and try to put an end to Van Helsing's evil.
Brother, you are in serious shit up to your earlobes. Well, maybe I better come with you on this one?
Sure?
Let's get down to it, brother.
I guess we have this man now. Van Helsing isn't a vampire in Dracula, though. No, definitely not. But you'd think that there would maybe be a connection to, like, maybe this has something to do with all the weird vampire rumors.
Lurking or something else? You look like you shove and push. I can show you the floor from all kinds of angles.
Kinky as that sounds, I pass.
Then you're looking for a merc? I'm available now, handsome. Dead shot with most energy weapons and hell on wheels when it gets close and nasty. I've split my time between working for the suits and all kinds of wired revolutionaries.
I got a real love-hate relationship with this.
You need me? I'm yours for $13,000. Change your mind, handsome. I'll be here. Maybe. Talent like mine isn't unemployed for long.
Ransom Stark! What can I
It
do
is
for you,
Christmas!
friend?
It's Santa!
Are you surprised that I know you? I should know you. I almost killed you a few years ago.
Killed me? What did I do to you?
Man, how did we offend Santa?
Yes. You were working for Pandemic Broadcasting, breaking up a ring of media pirates called the 24th Frequency. The frequency hired me to off you. I tailed you for days, watching your moves, learning your routine. You never saw me. At the time, we would stop into the tattoo parlor on East 81st every evening. I think you were sweet on the redhead with the facial tense, eh? When you left the shop, you walked several blocks through an alley to 83rd Street. I had picked the rooftop where I would post myself, was ready to do you in. When the frequency failed to make their payment to me on time, deal off, job canceled. But a close call for you, my friend. You seemed like a decent fellow. I'm glad I didn't have to kill you. Here, let me buy you an Ouzo.
Nah, that's alright. I hate the stuff. I'm here to talk business. You really tailed me for several days? Damn. Big bugger like you must really move.
Business? You need a mercenary? I guess I've proven me skill, eh? I'll tell you what
is this
because I
accent?
almost killed you, I'll cut my price for you. $10,000, just enough to pay my bills. I'd work for less, but my accountant would kill me.
He's kind of fluctuating wildly between Santa, pirate, and Irish. I'm good, thanks.
I see you have hard feelings over my stalking you. It was business, you see. If you aren't a pro, I don't want to work for you.
Okay. I mean, part of it is I just don't know how much money we really have. Like, how much money do we have? Brian Blessed from Wish.com. Team use Brian Blessed. One of the things that I'm a little sad that we haven't seen yet is there is apparently a... We'll keep going, but there's a PAL system where they talk about, like, your party members will interrupt and go, like, I'll handle this because they've got, like, the higher skill, which is kind of cool. Okay, so where's our money? Interacting, yep. Again, it doesn't make it clear where our cash is. So I don't actually know how much we have. Oh, and also, Rima is not equipped at all. Why would she not have any equipment on? That is a hell of an outfit, too. It's not, like, why can't I put it here? What are these slots? One nice thing that they do is they say this too in the manual, that, like, if I wanted to just go, okay, you get the sawed-off shotgun, that's awesome. Like, that's actually really cool. That's really, really nice. It doesn't tell us any actual information on, like, damage numbers from these. Weird. Where do I equip a grenade? Can I? Is it the other hand? Okay. I couldn't do it because it was both hands. This is a hand. It does, oh man, these interfaces are both, there's some cool things about them, but it is not particularly user-friendly. Hey, emus. Let's talk to this,
How've you been? Been a while since I had to roll you out of here. A lot of the old crowd ask about you from time to time. Can't tell them what I don't know myself. You must be up to something big. You want the word on who's new?
Don't I always?
Well, Miranda, Armanda, and these are Five Eagles have really made a name for themselves. First-rate fighters. Miranda's got that fearless look in her eye that I haven't seen in this place since you first came in here years ago, ready to take New York by storm. Lisa's an excellent shot. They're both doing well pulling hits for whoever can afford their fee. They seem worth it. Now, this Bonton Himashaka guy is a dopehead. It's said that he's a pretty good fighter and a good deck, but I wouldn't trust him. One of these days, somebody's gonna find him dead from choking on his own vomit. But until that day, he does some good work. Plus, the guy's a good medicine man if you want to mix your own stuff. Now, Slash McLaughlin is nothing but a drunken bum.
Slash McLaughlin.
But you're not looking for a husband, right? You're looking for mercs. Then he's your guy. I don't know how he does it, but I think the juice actually steadies him. He's a good marksman. Pulled a few decking jobs for big bucks, too. Go figure. It sure was good seeing you again, Stark. Don't be a stranger. And Stark, do me a favor, huh? Take your usual fights outside this time. I don't want any trouble in here.
Okay, we've also learned the save often thing, and that we can just randomly talk to somebody in here, they'll pick a fight with us and immediately
Haven't seen
fucking
you
wreck
in
our
months,
ass.
Howler. You look horrible. You're sick, aren't you?
Yeah, like you give a damn, Monique. Don't mess with me. I'm not in the mood.
God, the
Shelve the
X.
self-pity, Mr. Lonely Heart.
We read
It
about
isn't
that.
selling. I'm genuinely concerned. You're as pale as a corpse.
I don't want to involve you in this mess, Monique.
Howler, you better. I'm still your friend.
Some heavy stuff. Involves transtech, cyberspace, and vampires. Which is what I've become. That's why I look this way. Deirdre Tackett's been kidnapped because of me. Everything's gone wrong, and if I don't get control of things soon, I'm doomed. I'll be like this forever. Until somebody drives a stake into my heart, that is.
Don't be too proud to ask for help, Ransom. Want me to tag along?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm with you, Ransom.
Alright, so we've got a decent party then.
Glad you decided to help, Monique.
We got a
I miss the old days when the three of us were running together.
Okay. Huh. So that just happened automatically. That's kind of neat.
Dwayne send you with the kusari?
What?
Yeah, what?
Listen, the drugs, man. The drugs.
You got the wrong guy. I work for nobody.
Subhanallah, Your Highness. Excuse me. I suppose people work for you. That it? What's your line of work? Looks like Red Lifters is your show by. I've seen that pasty look before in your business.
I'm no dealer, but it looks like one could make a fortune off you.
I like a little red lifter on occasion. In fact, if you're looking for someone to work with you, my schedule just might open up if you were to send some lifters and $5,000 my way. Mind you, that's for one job and one job only. I don't work with a guy more than once. Too dangerous. Interested, Tomodachi? Suit yourself.
Suit yourself. Might have done you some good to be seen with me. I know people in this town.
The voice changed so wildly. There's a lot of that in here. And it's really hard to hear them over the music sometimes. It's not balanced particularly well. Alright, so I guess we can go... There was the person we were supposed to find on... I feel like they said West 79th was where her husband was. Let's take a look real quick again. Okay, so we know about the huge Matrix rovers, sure. Monique, yeah. Something about Garrick? We apparently owe sysconfig. That's... oh my god, that name. Sysconfig is real good at hacking. Same with hologram. Oh my god. Okay, these are some really good names. Like I said, whoever's getting the names in this, if we did a ranking of DOS games by name, and like the names they have in it, this is like seriously top 10, maybe even like number 1. Holy shit. Slash McLaughlin. And Miranda Armanda. Miranda Armanda is still killing me. Okay, so this is where we find out about Icarus, I guess?
Yeah. Looking for something?
First-rate fighters. You look able.
Oh? In the mood for a fight?
No, need 'em on my side.
Well, my specialties are high-tech weapons and firearms. I could hit that birthmark on that pasty face of yours from 300 meters. What are you up against?
Vampires, trans-tech, gangs, the usual.
Sounds like a real challenge. I work for 10 grand, plus the latest piece of equipment I'm in the market for. This time it's a white noise blaster. You want me? Then start walking. You're preventing me from doing real business.
I saw the root access Shadowrun joke, yes. She wants a white noise blaster. Yeah. You know, for her kids to keep go to sleep at night. I feel like Rima Fizz said West 69 or 79 was where like the Flux Riders was where Garrick was, I think.
You used to be a Flux Rider, Ransom? Guess we'll see if old loyalties hold.
Good seeing the old gang, isn't it, Stark?
It's nice that they have that. Like, that's kind of cool dialogue. You want to be pronounced Rima? Hold up one moment. Just got a message. I actually need to check. Uh-oh. So Tanya is out walking the cat, and we've had mouse fence for a while, as we've mentioned. He thinks that there's mice underneath the fence. But she said there's terrible news, because it's not just that he thinks it. She saw something rustling under there and heard it, and he was like lunging at it under there. So she's like, great, he's gotten confirmation that staring at it for an hour works. So every one of our walks is going to be going to the fence in our backyard and just going forever. Which is already most of our walks.
Look sharp, riders. You're glomming on Ransom Stark, former rider on his old turf. I see the question in your faces. What's a Ransom Stark? Hung with my brother, the Shade. Man knew his machines in those days. Shade said you were lightning in a tight spot.
Still have some spark in me, I hope.
I know what you do got, And that's an over-the-edge 2 on your face. Hope that's not permanent.
It'll come off. I just wear it to impress women, Hondo. Look, I came here for a reason. When I was a rider, we helped our own and helped out former members. Are you new breeds still loyal?
Still stands? What do you need?
I know some of you spread your wings in the net. I'm into something heavy, and I need to know what the buzz is these days about sea space.
Yeah, some of us skate the ice, but not lately. Too many cheap shots and tripwires. Piercy Cat, she flatlined 2 weeks ago on a shimmy into a Vapor Mart cluster. Should have been a no-lob job for Piercy, but she's leaking spit right now. 2 weeks ago, Reba and I patch-decked to the Melville stack to add a tangent to the Queequeg substack, and we're almost freight-trained by an angular hypermorph. Too small to be any type of cluster.
Oh man,
I've ever
hypermorph?
seen, but it was too complex to have been mind-linked.
Belong to the company?
Who else? Except the company's got the shingles bueno-y bueno. Cages are prolific like rats. Ice systems are taking heavy payment, and some have multi-redundancies. You asking my advice? I'd keep my brain in this plane.
God, I don't know if I hate the writing or absolutely love it. I go back and forth on it. The lingo's incredible. Nothing quite like 90s cyberpunk lingo.
Aren't you Flavo Bob's younger brother?
Ooh, Flavo Bob,
You're a
love
dead
him.
ringer for you.
So, what's it to you?
Flavo and I used to hang as riders. That Jack could rig. When we were kids, we scrounged the blastron casing from a scrap heap and begged and stole enough chips to patch together a motherboard. Spent a lot of hours hacking on that thing. What's Flavo do these days?
Sold out. Worm analyzes data for transtechnical.
Not Flavo.
Listen, you're a former rider. You look like you're still street. I can do something for you. I got an Azrael. You need it? I trade it for a 16 TB memory chip. I do the dragon so the Azrael don't turn me, but I always need the storage. Interested?
What? Sure.
Hey, Stark, why are you scragging with another rider? I'm trying to help you and you trying to take me. You don't have a 16 TB chip.
Oh, okay. 16 terabyte chip. Yeah. Oh, man. You don't understand half what that person said, and it's still your favorite character interaction so far? What, you've never gone to the well in a Queequeg with a laser deck? Come on.
Not much.
Don't scrag me.
Can do to help you. Got an extra data spider. Yours if you can use it. It's not much, I know. But what do I look like, a weapons merchant? You want some heavy stuff? See the Sid and Nancy's. The buzz is they just made a big score.
What? What would I be agreeing with?
I'm giving it free, cowboy. Too paranoid to take some help? I'm still giving this data spider. You want it?
Sure.
Keep your cloaks up in the Matrix, Stark.
Okay.
Stark, you told me at the club that you'd be seeing me soon, but I thought you were lying. Yikes, you do look different. Wearing a facial now, or were you then? Don't answer. None of my business. You here scoping for sea space whispers?
I'm out of touch with the underground. I'd appreciate an update.
Name it and it's coming up on the boards and in the wells. Lots of rumors tapped out. A few have rhythmed. Some say the Star Chamber's debating a reboot of the entire New York network. Shut it down and restart with a whole new set of Plurads, Miltons, and icebreakers to flush a supervirus. Others are texting about resident bugs in the core architecture, bugs planted by some of the original programmers to bring the system down if it got out of hand. I doubt that one. If it were true, what took them so long? Of course, there are more incubus rumors. The total paranoids claim the Matrix is going sentient, but it's spawning.
They say they're going on a reunion tour, but how could that be true? They'd have to be vampires, some kind of undead.
Gets itself wired up tight and waits for the big thing, and then nothing happens, and everyone goes back to their breathers and desktops. Rumors are just vapor. You need something solid, try the Black Agates, a nasty rage gang that sometimes hires out its muscle.
Okay, so we now know about the Black Agates. Sure. We can search the area? Okay, it searches the area and finds nothing. I think one of the problems that I'm having is the lingo is something to have to try and wrap your brain around a little bit. But I think that I get most of it. The problem is that the music is loud compared to a lot of the voices, and like the microphones and stuff aren't great. And people all have like really weird accents and stuff that they're putting on for their characters. So it just becomes this noise thing. The music is deafening and unpleasant. I don't know that I'd say deafening, but it's not like like I may be very quiet. Maybe I'm quiet compared to the game. I could turn it down a little. It's like the audio, no matter what, like the mix isn't great. Put it that way. Here, I'll turn down the... It's already pretty low. The music is a lot louder than the voices, and there's no good way to change that. It's really awkward. Actually, you got your headphones down to a whisper and it's still a hacking experience. To give you an idea, I have DOSBox at a 5 for volume out of 100. So there's only so much more that I can do. It was already at 10 when you complained. Yeah, DOSBox tends to be really loud. Okay, so I guess that none of these are items that I can interact with. The perspective here is a little better than in the lab. Like, I almost look like I fit in with some of the items in the world. Although the garbage cans are massive. So I guess we go to... Was it Strawberry Fields that Garrick was at? Imagine...
Handy, boys and girls. Those are the black agates, and they are mean cusses.
Okay. I kind of like Lash. It's neat that the characters all have, like, unique voice lines for different things they see. Are these just heads? I can't look at it. Okay. Examine. No. Okay.
Try me. Bring ox, bring ox, bring 'em, yeah.
Knock 'em dead, champ.
All right. You get him, champ. Dr. Zaz or Stella Stab.
You got nerves of steel stomping in here carrying weapons. If you're murking for the heat, you're gonna get stomped.
I'm not the heat, and spare me the badass routine. Do I really look like someone you want to tangle with?
Ha! You're damn lucky. I already got a fight lined up or I'd smash your ugly pasty face in for you. Wouldn't turn your back on us while you're leaving if I were you.
Hold it, big boy. I'm not here to rumble. Una Flight of the Flux Rider says you sometimes hire out as muscle. That true, or is Una just talking?
Yeah, some of us do a job here and there, if the price is right.
What kind of figure you talking?
Ain't always money. We're waiting on a guy right now. A rich guy named Van Helsing promising us a proprietary database from Rimbus Drugs. We can synthesize a week's worth of partying with the information in that D-base. All we got to do in return is kill a guy for him. Van Helsing hasn't told us the target yet. We don't work till he delivers the database. Boy, I feel sorry for the bastard when we get hold of him. I'd kill my own father again for that D-base.
You've got a job then?
Looks that way. Lest you can come up with that database sooner than Van Helsing. I don't give a damn who I get it from, long as I get it. Van Helsing's supposed to deliver it to us here 2 nights from now. If you can beat him here with it, I'll work for you. Otherwise, I off this guy for Van Helsing. Seems fair to me.
Alright, we have another timeline. Sure. Like, I really wish we could see...
Here to rake in the bashing?
There's really going to be a fight here? Here, of all places?
Yeah. Stick on a crush with Ox Chaos of the Rutting Pigs. Oxa Breaker. My cousin's dive saw him tumble with 3 jacks and a whiskey dive a few months ago. He broke a man, cleared the place. Nasty business.
And your buddy Stick's gonna fight this guy.
Okay.
Stick no circle candy. He bash with anybody. My money ride on him.
Okay, so Ox is the fighter against Stick? Like, we get here, it actually shows the characters that we can talk to, which is nice, because you can get their names. I really wish there was just dialogue boxes, too. Like, at the time, this much voice acting is wild. This is a lot of voice acting, especially for 94. I mean, like, they didn't have this much. Every line is voiced. It's incredible. But also, it kind of sucks. I wish that it wasn't, because there's too much going on to actually get it all.
Expecting something to happen?
Like with the music, with the problems with microphones, with people's weird accents and lingo.
We're waiting, that's it. Some Greenpoint Rangers tubing in with their best knuckles. Gonna be cranked. Their big guy's supposed to have Goodwin Farms cyber symbiotes along the bones and muscles of his spine, and a Hoffman series heart pump. They claim he can keep fighting even when he's unconscious.
You gangers made Strawberry Fields into an arena?
Freaking you bet. 2 go into the circle, man, and only 1 comes out walking.
Somebody should run you out of here.
What'd you say, man?
Never mind. Enjoy the fights.
Count on it.
Oh, okay. So I guess that this is not where Garrick is? See, what's killing me is that it felt like... Maybe, actually, if we go to dialogue, hold up. Dialogue replay. With Rim of Fizz. Oh my...
Stark, how you been?
Oh
Garrett
no!
And I gave up on you months ago. Thought you must have bought the permanent cyber vacation, know what I mean? Hey, you don't look so good.
I haven't been myself. Listen, I can trust you guys, right?
Always good.
Well,
you
where's
laid your own
Garrick?
neck on the line for Garrick and
Guess
me
we have to
many
listen.
a time when we nearly crossed the line with TransTech.
This seemed like a really good system.
Anyway?
He's working for an uptown gang that wants some TransTech dirt. Call themselves Electric Anarchy. Routine stuff. It's been a while since we had any jobs with some meat on them. I'm booked to trail some guy in the net who's accused of being one of these vampires we're hearing about on the news. Anything to stay working these days. What is it, Stark? Your pale skin went almost blue there for a second.
She said he was
Let's put it this way. If you were bounty hunting the undead, you'd be able to take that Cuban cruise with the money I'd bring in for you.
They got you, Stark? Of all people? I can't believe it. Nobody could ever touch you when it came to combat. I mean, I hope you're okay, but how'd you let your guard down long enough to get taken like that?
Hey, I'm human, okay? At least half, anyway. Now what I need is to keep my half-breed hide alive. And there's more. Incubus is real, Rimma, and these guys want it. If we don't get it before they do, we're all goners. I'm gonna need the best people on my side.
Sign me up. That is what you're getting at, isn't it? You just got yourself one of the best deckers in Manhattan. But I don't want to pull this kind of job without Garrick. Let's swing uptown to 175th Street and pick him up. He can skip the money he'd be making with that job.
Jesus Christ, okay. Like, this dialogue replay seemed great because you could just go back and see, like, all of the text. But it's not text, you have to listen to all of it. Ugh. That's... I mean, it's still a nice system. It's better than not being able to do it at all, by a lot. But it's so much less useful when it's just all actual dialogue. Okay, so 170... Where the fuck? Because they're up here? There is way more up here. Oh my god, okay. Now we can go see Electric Anarchy. There we are. Ugh. This is the same alley, but flipped. It's exactly the same, but flipped. Huh. That's something. Let's talk to Cutie here.
How have you been? And what's Rimma doing here? You know I'm waking cloaked.
Garrick, I need you. You're one of the slickest deckers in the biz, and I'm a dead man without you. Rimma says you can be spared from this job. We've got something bigger to deal with. Rimma will tell you all about it.
You've saved my hide in the net more times than I care to count, Stark. Looks like Rimma thinks it's important. If you need me, I'm in.
Garrick, it's good to see you're still breathing. When you freelance for gangers, I'm never sure whether or not you're gonna come home in a body bag. This job may not be much safer, but at least we know who our friends are, right?
Change to Rimma.
And I know you'd rather be associated with Stark any day.
It's still Ransom talking.
Living, dead, or undead.
They switched to her like she was gonna talk, and then she never talked. That's... There's some real weird jank in this. It has some issues. One of the other things with the writing is that we're put up as this ultimate badass that like, oh man, I've saved all these people more times than they can ever count. And like, nobody'd ever beat you in combat, Ransom. Anyways, the person saying that, here's my physical stats. And here's hers. Here's her combat stats. Oh, wait, I had to go all the way around to find me again. But hers are all in, like, the 90s. Like, you can't already start out as the supreme badass, because then you just feel stupid every time you lose combat, right? It's gotta build you up to that. You don't... Starting out as, like, the legendary super hacker blade guy who cut everybody down, just... At least, like, they've got to make you feel like you're hard on your luck somehow. Like, I guess they kind of do that by saying that you look sick a little bit, but At the same time, they're like, oh, but you're also super powerful now because you're also a vampire. It's weird.
What have we here? You
Hello,
got
Guillermo.
Steely eyes.
Mr. Del Toro.
The guy who decks for the company, man.
Yeah, right. I
Good to
spend
see
my
you.
days running from the company. I'm no mainstream hack. You guys aren't the only ones on the edge, you know. Besides, who are you that I gotta prove myself to you?
Relax, man. If you're such a big-edge surfer, then why don't you do something for the revolution instead of just running from it, man?
And what revolution
Good question.
is that?
If you're really wanted by trans tech, you'd want to put them in their place. Like us here. We believe the quest for information freedom can be achieved only by outright guerrilla tactics against the company that owns it all, man. Destruction of the megacorp machine we're all enslaved to.
Hell yeah.
We gotta take it one step at a time. And I got a little task that needs doing.
Oh my god.
Involves knocking off a big shot trans tech pig. We got 10 grand to pay you for it. Probably ain't as much as you're used to. But you'd be doing it for the cause. You into it?
Oh my god, we finally have a quest. Yeah, you can start out with a reputation as an ultimate badass, but you need some reason why you aren't mechanically, like amnesia or something. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, you need to have something where it's putting you, like, you're down on your luck somehow. Like, it's like, oh man, you used to be a real badass until you got imprisoned for 5 years, and like, you had this old legend, but like, man, you're a real wasteoid now. Like, do you know what I mean? You've got to have some dialogue like that, not just like, wow, you know, you've saved all of our lives. You're the most incredible person. Like, everybody here is just glazing you over and over, and it's like, man, why am I in trouble? I feel like I don't need anybody's help. And then you look at your stats and you're like, man, every single party member is better than me. Like, this sucks. Sure.
We need you to hit the security director, the king of the pigs, at the Brooklyn headquarters. The guy's a heartless bastard, instructing the whole pig army to track down the freaks on the cyber crackdown.
What?
And kill him in cold blood.
What?
He deserves to die, but none of us can get away with it.
Okay.
We're all recognized on Transtech security scanners with instructions to
Okay,
shoot
so then
at
get the
site. Do this for us, and you got 10 grand coming.
Kill somebody, but where? Wait, where was that? Why did he whisper? Ah! Hey, so I got the squag and the wells and there's nothing. I love the fact that it's all voiced, and honestly, I wouldn't even have a problem with the problem with volume normalization if they would just also have put the dialogue up. Just write it out. Just also write it. There's tons of screen real estate to do it. There's tons. At least do it in the dialogue replay. Like, at least here, right? Also, okay, I just realized another problem. Who the fuck was that? Like, I can't examine them. If I talk to him, it just does this.
Here again until the job is done. You got it? When that pig is dead, you get paid.
What's his name? Who is it? Was it Zara? Nope.
Are you available for action?
Lurking or
Chinky is...
then you're saying
I don't even know who it is. Wait, did that overwrite it? I said no when it still said yes, game saved, so I'm confused. Does it maybe go this way? Okay, so they're not alphabetical. They're not chronological. How do you...
Well,
okay, he's fractal chaos. Sure.
You've got those steely eyes.
Yeah, right.
Relax.
And what revolution is that?
If you really need you to hit the security director, the king of the pigs, at the Brooklyn headquarters. The guy's a heartless bastard, instructing the whole pig army to track down the freaks on the cyber crackdown list and kill them in cold blood. He deserves to die. None of us can get away with it. We are all recognized on Transtech security scanners with instructions to shoot on sight. Do this for us, and you got 10 grand. Don't
Okay.
come around here and...
So it's a guy at the headquarters, but... So, somebody at Boston headquarters, but they never gave us a name. I have to imagine that it's all the way down here at Trans Technicals, right? I'm guessing? Because it's a company guy?
I can't imagine a company that would put this statue in its lobby.
Ugh, I never did like coming into this place. No matter how many times I've been in here, that statue still gives me the creeps.
Check for clearance badge is negative. Admission to headquarters denied.
Okay, so this is headquarters, sure. Wait, what? Oh, am I just not allowed to talk to anybody in here?
Check for clearance badge is...
Okay, so I can't even... It's not letting me talk to these people. Got you. We'd need a clearance badge. So... And there's... It's not like there's a quest log or anything like that, because it's... Okay, I can't even go to menu. Gotcha.
We were outside for an hour and a half.
Is there some way that I would know their Boston headquarters? Is that different than... the Cyber Surgery Group? That's where Van Helsing's penthouse is, apparently. What? Huh! Now you can't go there. You don't know anyone. What? Sure. Am I missing deadline wandering around? I don't know. Nothing about that says anything about that. Our hunger meter is the thing that seems to matter. Bellevue Hospital. Auntie Personnel is pretty great. God, the names are so good in this. Cafe Voltaire. There's the Houston Matrix Rovers, sure. And the Trinity Church Cemetery. Oh, right, I have to leave because I can't... Fuck.
Check.
Okay, anywhere else then. Sure. I had just wanted to save and also, like, see a couple of menu things. Can I... Oh, my God. Took so long to load up. No. Okay, nobody's saying anything. The menuing and stuff in this is tough to go back to. If we look at contacts, will it say anything about... No. I was wondering if it would actually have something about that quest that we got.
I'm a little busy right now, don't you think? I can read your kind a mile away. You're a merc, a free jack. Hey, if you're looking to rope me back in, forget it. I only work for myself now.
Stark, what's the frequency, brother?
Too much noise, not enough signal. That's why I'm here.
You need it? You got it. But damn, you look casters up, like you're dying or something.
Actually, I'm undying. That's the reason I'm here. I'm taking stock. You're one of my few friends in this town, Smiley. I need to know if I can count on you and the Rovers.
Sure.
Anything we can do, Ransom. We wouldn't be much use to you on the streets, but we'll do what we can from here and in the net. If you come across any computer code that you don't know what to do with, we can probably help you. Bring it here. Introduce yourself to the new guy if you haven't yet. His name's Hakim Magsudi. Apparently he used to do some merking himself when he was younger.
Appreciate it, Smiley.
You need a place to jack in? You got it. Anytime. I'll add your vital stats to the room's locking mechanism. You can use our machines whether we're here or not. We're about as shielded from the company as we can be.
Okay. We're not much use to you on the streets, but get us in the sheets. Thanks. Smiley was his name? Thanks, Smiley.
You must want something, Stark. That's the only time we see you anymore. What's with your face? That the latest fashion on the east side?
Yeah, like it, Flex? I think it makes me look soulful. You look burned. What are you into these days?
Wasting time with a D-base I clipped from Hunan storage. Includes source code documentation for several models of memory chips. Not that I can milk anything from it. The documentation's so piss poor. Damn Chinese code's fragile as a soap bubble. Their government in the late 20th century was a worse info tyrant than a megacorp. Country's still trying to catch itself up.
I'm involved in something.
Might politics.
Need your help.
You always need our help. Why don't you learn to program? You could stop being a beggar then.
Learn to code? When I got a hacker who cares about me like you, Flex?
Ram it, Stark. I got Chinese to debug.
We haven't gone into cyberspace at all yet. We do need to have a plugin to be able to do it, and they said that we could here. So what if we enter cyberspace and see what that's like? There's not really been anywhere to have combat other than the one person at the bar, which just kicked the shit out of us because we didn't have a full group yet, and it didn't seem like that was a thing we should even do. This game is very slow to start and does not give us a whole lot of, like, direction. You must have a patch cord for your party members' skills to be effective when you deck. Oh, I'm moving around cyberspace. Is this a thing I should do? What do we do? I don't think I touched Spiky. What the fuck is happening? I have no idea what's good or what's bad. Nothing in the manual says anything about any of this. What? Okay, I got iced. Can I... do not return. Can I... Ah, I see. Jesus Christ. So I didn't have any memory is the thing. Check out! Check out! I know, I know. So is this security? What? Okay, that won't... I can't interact with that at all. I can't interact with this at all. You spin through the general plane, the cyberspace highway, the space in between all the clusters and wells in the network. To access the cluster, you must interact with a FATS terminal. So I just want to show what the manual says about this. I'd heard that the cyberspace stuff in this is, like, real awkward and hard to know what's going on. But here, let's, cyberspace. Getting there. When interface, Stark's brain is linked to it, and so Stark's body is quite vulnerable. Thus, you should exercise care and choosing the location in which to deck. Decking from a public place could invite attack of some kind. You also need a decking unit, etc., etc. Surfing the edge. When you wish to enter cyberspace, move the cursor to the top of the screen until the game interface appears. Select the Enter Cyberspace option. If you have the patch cords, you only need one functioning deck to take your entire party into cyberspace. Hey, Zomba! Good to see you!
Merry Christmas.
The general plane allows you to access movement across the cyberspace map is identical to movement on the other map. Place the cursor where you'd like your character to travel. Left-click the mouse and hold it down. Cyberspace figure will move to where the cursor rests. The general plane cannot be mapped, but you should at various times in the game explore it at random for at least 4 or 5 screens in a given direction. As with any search, you'll sometimes find nothing, but more often will encounter another data, angel, or object. What do they look like? I don't know. You'll frequently encounter a FATS, File Access Table System module. The FATS is your means by which to travel to various cyberspace locations. Each location has an address code associated with it. If FATS will prompt you to enter a cyberspace address. Okay, what does that look like? Locations. From the FATS system, you can transport to data clusters or wells. What do any of these look like? There's no photos of the game. There's no description. There's nothing. Like...
Whoa, back off, man. Listen, I don't want to mess with a virus. Let's just go our separate ways. No harm done, okay?
So you know what I am, smart guy. But do you know who I am? Any guesses?
Seeing as your cyber ego is about as big as TransTech's hacker hit list, you gotta be the king himself.
That I am. Elvis lives in the net. And he's done so much damage he can't remember it all. Of course, never wreaking havoc on the common decking man. I'm just a man on a mission for information freedom, baby.
What's with the modesty? You single-handedly shut down the Manhattan Utilities Commission billing system for a full month. You were the one who added the Christmas bonus to all non-exec trans-tech employees' accounts when management went cheap in '92. How'd you manage to stay out of trans-tech's snare anyway?
Well, they can't catch me, man. I'm a king. Ain't nothing can stop me.
So why did you do it? I can understand why you'd want to stick it to the company, but why would you choose to stay in the net forever like that?
It wasn't a choice, man. My greatness was thrust upon me, you might say. My original plan was to create the definitive map of cyberspace. It'd never been done by anyone outside of TransTech, and I wanted absolute knowledge of the net. I designed a mapping program, decked in, and merged with the program. Too bad I went in before I debugged the code, so now I know where everything is in here, but I can't get the hell out.
You just let your body buy it, or is it hooked up somewhere?
Nah, it's long dead. I was working alone. When I first arrived, I decided as long as I was in here, I'd raise a little hell. Now I've done everything I can. With real style, I might add. And I want to get back. I've heard of your work, man. You're hot to get into TransTech. I've seen so many TransTech pigs access your file. It's like your holophone number's been written on a John Wall. I could help you out. If you could get me out into the real world again. Interested?
Sure. I kinda caught that. Adding reverb to everybody's dialogue when it's mixed this poorly is not really helping with the comprehension, but it seems like Helvis here has uploaded himself to the net and needs a physical body to log off.
You download me into your decking unit, put me in a data spotter, and attach me to a cyborg body. I can take over its feeble artificial intelligence and get myself a hulking form to walk around in. How about downloading me now, cowboy?
You just got yourself one badass fighter who knows cyberspace like the back of his hand. Let's go.
Okay, so I have... Is this a security thing?
Go on that guy. Just because he's done a little freaking, who does he think he is?
Okay, so Garrick doesn't like it. What am I doing here? I don't know if I'm supposed to avoid things or touch them. And if I get caught... Oh my god, I just want to... I don't want to move. I want to just... There we go. God. So, you have to go to the top of the screen to get this menu. But your mouse cursor is also how you move, so it's just... Helvis? At the same time, like, Helvis is amazing. He's the king of viruses, Helvis. Is, like, that's fantastic. But, like, so is that bad? No, okay, I don't... That took me to a new screen. Can I want to go back there because I want to touch the weird floating man in a fucking box thing? Like, what is this? Is that security? What is this? I'm bumping it and then nothing's happening. Like... I don't understand. So we have Elvis Mind, sure. I guess we just leave? We have a data spider, right? In our inventory somewhere. So he said to put him into a data spider. Do I need to do that here? Oh my god. Okay, if I try and escape with that, then it immediately... Oh no, I don't want to jack in. Please don't make me jack in. He wanted a hulking cyborg body. Yeah, I did get that. So use? This is not right time to use it. Okay. Alright, so we need to find a host body. It said get into a data spider and then into an android cyber body. So I was like, do we put it into the data spider first? I don't know what we're supposed to do there.
What? Do I look like I want a friend right now?
It's Ransom Stark, Rags. I know you hate being bothered when you're all virtual like this, but Penn tells me that you've been collecting whispers about the Star Chamber. I'd be interested to hear about it.
Give me a second to put things on hold here. All right. I'll give you a synopsis of what I know. But you'd be better off giving up this obsession with the company. Not like you're the only guy they've ever screwed over. Understand now, what I'm getting is all second, third hand. Memos on the executive bulletin boards. Suits trying to get a fix on what's happening in the Star Chamber. But that's like seeing the future in tea leaves, you know. There appears to be some kind of conflict within the governing Star Chamber. A couple of members named Witt and Yatchison have lined
I don't know what
up
the Star
against
Chamber
an
is.
exec named Abraham Van Helsing, accusing him of putting personal business ahead of company priorities. I guess he's diverting sizable corporate assets for unaccounted purposes. Now this is freaking amazing for a couple of reasons. One, the Star Chamber execs give each other miles of elbow room. I mean, this Van Helsing guy must be making a hog of himself, because two, Van Helsing's senior exec on the chamber. I mean, the boards talk about this guy like he's Beelzebub himself. Been with the company forever, and no one seems to know his whole story. People wet their pants over this guy, so things must be out of hand for Witt and Yatchison to challenge him like this.
What's this Van Helsing doing?
If it wasn't secret, no one would give a damn, Stark. I don't know, but from what I gather, we're talking massive expenditures over a long term. Real estate purchases, hardware, secret projects in the notional and syntactic workshops. Fat cats are paranoid by nature. Witt and Yatchison probably figure Van Helsing's out to bugger them.
They're probably right. Any idea how I can contact Witt or Yatchison?
Why not just tube to their penthouses and ring their bells? We're talking about Trans-Tech Star Chamber execs, Stark. They're about as accessible as the president, and more powerful. What do you want? A midnight meeting in a parking garage? How about the men's room of the Waldorf? You can run the water while you talk in case the place is bugged. Whatever you got in mind, Ransom, drop it. You're going to end up lying in some alley with your chest kicked in.
Also, I just realized, like, with the cyberspace that we went to, it really makes it obvious why we got Hop Bree syndrome and couldn't tell cyberspace from reality, right? I know going in, I feel like I'm getting it too. Like, look at this. How could you possibly tell the difference? And yeah, them using freaking as a swear while also using freaking as, like, the thing at the time, which was a way to hack, right? Specifically over phone lines, most of the time was freaking. It's very jarring. Yeah. PH, yeah.
Story time's over, Ransom. I've got work to do.
Yeah, using tone emitters. Yup.
Last time you were here, you were asking after a Trans-Tech employee named Tim Goldfarb?
Yeah, I knew him from when I used to work there. Keeps his ears open, hears stuff. Good contact to have. Nice guy, too. But I've lost touch with him. Company says he quit, but didn't have an address for it.
Well, I was facing with an angel who hacks for the company. She works in pragmatics and gets a jolly spin in the net. Sort of dwells on both sides. A couple weeks ago, she told me about a guy named Goldfarb who worked in marketing.
Yeah, that's him. Timmy Goldfarb.
Turns out old Timmy was doing his own unauthorized decking. Got into Notional Labs data cluster and started experimenting with morph codes that are stored there. Know what a morph code is?
I've heard things, but nothing I'd trust.
Pretty scary stuff. No commercial apps yet, but they promise to make chemical enhancement look quaint. Morph code is software designed to be introduced into a human consciousness while it's rendered in cyberspace, and then make changes to a person. Potentially rewire, re-engineer a human being. When a person decks, his consciousness is reduced to numbers, sorted into files, and stored in a soul box. Morph codes are compatible with soul boxes. Want to make yourself stronger? Your eyes see better? Maybe you want to increase your sex drive. Maybe decrease it, huh? Learn languages? Add deep bases of information to enhanced memory centers? Triple your brain's rate of neural exchange?
We could know Kung Fu.
All without the limits and side effects of machinery and chemicals. Because the morph code changes what you are. It changes the numbers in your data angel, and when you leave the net, those numbers become you.
Sweet Jesus. I could use a cigarette, I think. I'm no philosopher, and I'm happy about that because I don't want to think about the implications of that stuff.
So your friend Timmy finds a cache of this stuff and starts messing with it. Except this stuff's for pros only, right? Don't try this at home, kids. He botched the program merge between the morph code and his soul box. Ended up with severe brain damage.
Institutionalized?
He's running crazy downtown with a loose-knit gang of psychos called the Autonomy Dogs. Calls himself Wild Child now.
Where can I find them?
They hang a lot around Wall Street. Their leader is a guy named Sabakata St. Albans. Rich guy. His father ran a chain of virtual wear shops and left Sabakatas a pile. Sabs was a little unstable, though. Got involved heavily with the Genetic Purity Council. Even went out on raids with the scrub teams until he got shot up pretty bad in a firefight with a South American ethnic gang called the Bolivarian Front. Only way his doctors could save him was by giving him a hefty-looking implant. He couldn't handle being transformed into something he hated and went completely over the deep end. Do yourself a favor, Stark, and forget about him. The dogs are crazy people. Killers. Psychotic refuse. Let it go.
Okay. So, there's not really any thing for us to do in a way yet. I feel very lost as to... Yeah, we have none leads. Merry Crisis. What's happening here today? Well, you see, I'm a freaker on the net with my blood all whacked up by some vampires, but my implant's keeping my humanity in check. So I can hack into the cyberspace with my deck, and it's a game. It's a hell of a game. This is BloodNet, from 94. Yeah, normal Tuesday. Exactly. I'm gonna try and morph code my vampirism out of my body. But, like, I just don't feel like we're getting anywhere or really doing anything of import. Like, should I go and see, oh god, what's his name? Like, should we go to Van Helsing's place? Maybe? We did find Helvis, the king of viruses. I also apparently need to drink somebody eventually. We've assembled a hit crew. We have no idea why, really, but we have. We've done it. Let's go see the Autonomy Dogs, I guess. So here's a question. Do we just try and bite somebody? Right-click on our victim. Nope. Like, supposedly we have to do that eventually. Because this bar will fill and we'll lose our humanity because we're too hungry. But, oh, alright, I clicked it like 5 times, and then it worked. Huh. Did I get those items?
Stark, you kept telling me you had real problems, but I didn't think they were this bad.
I still can't believe that's my old buddy Stark. Man, have you changed?
Okay. We saved over Christmas, wasn't it? Yeah. We only have a certain amount of innocence. And once we lose that, we lose our humanity. Which actually makes me wonder... Yeah, so we're at 64. Does anyone else have an innocence score? They do. Do they all become... Can they become vampires? I don't know. I wonder. Huh. I have no idea who I bit.
Sabacatus doesn't like you. His eyes glare when he doesn't like someone.
Because it won't tell us names.
His eyes are glaring.
What do you think?
Therefore, he does not like you. I'll be the one to burn you with lasers. I always burn the ones Sabacatus doesn't like. Therefore, I will be the one to burn you.
What? Okay.
Ho-ho, my pups! My dogs! This looks like a gang of hard cases.
What's up, my dogs?
Looking for some trouble? I hope so.
I'm not looking for trouble, St. Albans. I was told a friend of mine runs with you now. His name is Tim Goldfarb. I just want to talk to him.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. Just want blah, 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 blah. Talk blah, blah, blah to him, blah, blah. You can't do it. There's no Tim. He's a wild child now. Runs with the dogs. What do you want? Let me see your face. You look ethnic to me. Where are your people from? What filthy mongrel coupling do you issue from? Don't try to hide from me. I can see the service jack for your neural implant. Once I'd rid the city of vermin like you until those brown-skinned devils defiled me, made me an unholy monstrosity rather than letting me perish a natural death.
Oh yeah, you work for the Purity Council, all right.
The council are hypocritical old women. They talk about genetic cleansing and obscene couplings of man and machine. They shove their smug righteousness in your face, excommunicate their faithful, and then hire a man-machine like Nimrod 7 to kill for them. No one even knows if Nimrod is human or machine or which he was first. They are weak. So weak they must rely on a machine to do their killing. But I will show them how to fight a war. I'm raising an army, freelance. I can pay you well if you will serve me. You look like you could use some money.
Who couldn't?
I can pay you $40,000 for one job. A Manhattan gang known as the Hard Metals flaunts and celebrates the joining of flesh and circuitry.
They are obsessed with adding more and more cybernetic attachments to their bodies. Their leader is named Tethard Steel. Assassinate him, and the money is yours.
You want me to kill a man?
Hardly a man. He has so much machinery embedded in him, it will be more like unplugging an appliance.
No, you don't understand. I don't care about people that have cybernetics. I'm an old school racist. I'm not like the new racists of 2094. Wait, so... did I accept that automatically? Because the other ones I've had to say yes or no. This one just went, go kill him. And we went, and then it went back. Does that mean that we have... is that a quest? We don't really have... there's no quest log, because it's not that kind of era for games. So what... Huh.
Tim? It's Ransom Stark. I heard about your, accident.
Tim's
I'm here to help
seen
you
better
if you'll
days.
let me.
Splintered bones, juggling forgotten graves, you turnkey. I don't recollected sandwich when look at you.
Hate to be critical after so long, Tim, but I'm having trouble with that. A friend of mine told me that you discovered something called morph code. Is that right? You're shaking your head. Good. I'll assume you understand me. Where can I find the morph? Can you tell me that?
Tough to theoretical agendas. Speak. My mind's radium, oatmeal, fruit.
The language centers of your brain are misfiring, aren't they? No, don't answer that. Try to think about the morphs. It could be important.
Morphs, toy, Satan code, wild, not toy. Leave them alone. Mozart, fried chicken.
I know they can be dangerous, Tim, wild child. Just tell me where they're located. Maybe I can help you.
Mice and cheese. Praxis units. You must edge surf round car mountains and iced tea to Notional Labs cluster with salamanders, Mozart, and address Skimmerhorn, the monkey rock, Mozart pistol.
The address, Tim. What's the address?
Pornography and seersucker, Mozart, castanets.
Thanks, wild child. Don't worry, if I see your wife, I'll tell her that you're dead.
Oh my god. I like I said, I have a real love-hate relationship with a lot of the dialogue and world building of this game. It's incredible and terrible. It goes a lot of places. I have to give this game that it goes for some real swings. So right-click. So do I right-click again? Okay. So I first have to click through that dialogue, and then I'm allowed to right-click again. So I just am allowed to auto-kill anybody?
Stark, you kept telling me you had real problems, but I didn't think they were this bad.
I still can't believe that's my old buddy Stark. Man, have you changed?
Huh. Like, I guess that assassinating people is real easy. And, okay, that's our innocence meter, I guess? Is the green, right? So does it go down here as well? No. I think that innocence is maybe just my, like, resistance to losing humanity? Feels like that shouldn't have tanked my innocence as much as it did. It did say that there was another bar there. I seem to remember that inside of the manual. bloodlust indicator, humanity indicator. The horizontal bar under the game icons indicates your status as a half-man, half-vampire. It's only a matter of time before your neural implant loses power and your vampire nature consumes your human aspects. Okay. Committing unnecessarily violence or killing characters with a high innocence factor can accelerate the process. So, I wouldn't have thought that he had a super high innocence factor. But it seems like that really tanked it quite a bit by eating somebody. Innocence. A measure of a character's moral and ethical fiber. This skill determines the effect of Stark's humanity caused by his feeding off of a given character. The greater a character's innocence value, the greater the negative impact on our humanity level. Recruitable NPCs have their innocence lowered if they engage in certain activities such as narcotics use. So maybe if I have a higher innocence, it affects my humanity more? Weird. This is such a blurry, weird texture here, too. This game, man. This game. Okay, well, we ate a dude. Still have no idea where to go, really. I could talk to anti-personnel? You know, the hard metals are around there. Like, wait.
Right into the lion's den, my sweet. Will you come, let me make a meal of you? Or will you make a game of it and play cat and mouse with me? Either way, the cat will surely get her dinner.
Why doesn't the cat go play in traffic?
Shh! Don't get too excited, my
Yeah, that's
dear.
pretty good.
Your hot blood will flow too quickly, and I don't want to lose a tasty drop.
But I'm also a vampire, isn't that the point? Okay, so we just go into combat. Why can't we just come here? Is it fully open world that I can just go right to the end? Maybe? I apparently have blade skills, so maybe I need to be close to somebody. Oh, I bet that nobody else has equipment, though. I wonder if... Well, no, we did equip some people. I didn't look at Garrett Fizz. She was good at, like... This character cannot be placed there. She did have, like, good melee? I have to imagine we just get our asses absolutely handed to us, because these are all vampires. So let's go... What would quick combat do? For the having the computer do it. It doesn't even tell us. I thought that maybe it would tell us at the end of a round. Oh wow, we won one of the fights. Or not? Ransom died. Boy, that combat is... It is. Okay, so...
Tim? Hate
Okay,
to be
so we...
critical. Top the mice and cheese and pornog. Thanks.
Okay, we can't skip through all that. Things were happening. They sure were. I have no idea what those things were, but they were. I still have no idea where to go. Let's beat up on the people in the bar, just so that I can get a little bit more of the combat. I think that
Since you went back to the old club, Stark. Missed you around here.
just so I can get a handle on it for a second. All right, let's go to inventory. Yeah, so nobody has anything equipped automatically. When we recruit them, they are fully unequipped. So in other words, we should really make sure that we look at everybody every time. Also, we got blades as an ability, but I don't actually think anybody that we have has a blade in inventory anywhere. I imagine a stun stick doesn't count. Don't really know. Can they dual wield? They can. Okay. Interesting. I guess I have to use both hands for that. There's that woman in the bar that wanted to fight us, so let's just... Come on. I am holding left click. I guess that I have to do this to get to there? Oh my god. Yeah, you don't, like, navigate around things automatically. You have to kind of steer yourself in some weird ways.
Bothering me for good reason, boy?
Just looking around. Looking for the right mercs. Fighters, deckers, the best.
Well, you're looking at the finest of fighters right here. If you can afford me. I love the fight. Live for it. Always looking for any excuse to cause a little pain.
You seem pretty sure of yourself. But arrogance never saved my skin in the heat of battle. I need skill.
Well, if you have doubts, why don't you find out for yourself? Maybe you'll live long enough to make a decision.
Maybe it's the character icon also, but I feel like our character is a little bit Jonathan Frakes coded. Like, voice-wise. Okay, so I can shoot, maybe? God, that our character looks the same as others is real weird. Can't be placed there. Sure. Alright, let's attack Miranda Armanda. Wow, so you have to go to each individual person and set the target. And then after you do that, You can then go issue orders again, go to the next person. Issue orders, and then be done, and then you can resume combat. Which characters are me? Okay, Lisa 5 Eagles missed Lash Givens with the laser pistol. Grimafizz missed them with the laser pistol. Missed with the laser pistol. Hit Miranda Armando with the laser pistol. And we missed shot off. Okay. Dang. I think that was our character dying. Yup. Grimafizz is dead. Lash in the arm. God, this combat is... Well, we got one of them, I guess. Miranda Armanda is dead. So that's... Okay, that's our enemy, I guess. This person here. Almost everybody has the same sprites, yes. Oh! When I go reload and I don't have any ammo, it just says I don't have any and won't let me pick anything else? Oh. That's cool. Okay, now I can switch, I guess. So I switched to fist. Does that mean that I can... Okay. I will automatically start walking up. Gotcha. Oh no! It looks like Lash lost his right leg? It seems like it really cares about body parts, but I don't quite know why? Other than the head, probably. Oh no, Lash! Okay. 2 dead on each side. And then...
Someone has to answer for this ransom. We must have blood for blood.
Van Helsing! You just caused my best friend to die. I'm coming for you,
did he?
Sucker. There won't be a place in this city that can hide you.
I don't think that that was his fault. I'm about ready to rate this. I think we've got an idea of how everything works and maybe doesn't work. It's kind of neat that our own party members can just be fucking straight up dead, even though they're voiced and have, like, interactions with other characters and stuff. I do wonder if that means that we can just soft lock ourselves. It seems like it might be possible. It seems really easy to get your ass kicked. That's for sure. I'm kind of curious. Actually, one other thing. Was it here that we saved? Yeah. Okay, everybody is equipped in some way or another. What would happen? Oh god, how do I get over there? It's so obnoxious to try and steer our way this way. Your understanding is there's quite a bit of adventure game bullshit in terms of it being really easy to unknowingly enter a state where you can no longer win. Yeah, I could see that. Here, let's save here instead. Not that I'm gonna do too much more, but I'm thinking... Like...
You bothering?
Yeah, okay. She picks a fight with us. Cool. I don't understand this positioning of things. It just doesn't make any sense, right? Like, is there a good reason to be somewhere else? I don't know why you would need to be, like, should I be behind a table? Does that give me cover? I don't think so. But let's see, is quick combat gonna do a better job than I did? Damn, apparently. Look at how fast we wrecked them. What did the computer do different? Holy shit! Wow! Apparently, maybe targeting them in the torso is better? It doesn't give us any information as to how it's shooting. So is that what it is? The computer fucking wrecked them. And then the other question is, does anybody around here acknowledge what happened?
You again, Stark. Don't be a stranger. And Stark, do me a favor, huh? Take your usual fights outside this time. I don't want any trouble in here.
Nope. Okay.
Have you changed your mind about my...
Oh yeah, sorry Santa, we're not hiring you. I know it's Christmas, but you're too busy. That's the problem. Cyber Santa.
Back again. Okay. I've had it.
Alright, nobody gives a damn that we did that. Nope. None of our characters talk either. Interesting. So that is BloodNet. And I feel like I've gotten enough BloodNet for the day. And maybe for my life. There's so much about this that I really, really want to like. And I just can't. I just can't. It's awkward, it's poorly mixed, the controls suck, the UI sucks. There's a lot of sucking. Just, for a game about vampires, it doesn't know how to do that. It sure knows how to suck. It has incredible writing at times, and then it has incredible writing at times. And I don't know. I feel bad that it's not better than it is. It also had great names. Who can say if it's good or bad? The names are gonna push it up quite a few places further than it ought to be. Absolutely. But like the mixing is just awful. It's so hard to understand what people are saying. Like, I'm a sucker for the cyberpunk, like, lingo. I love that shit. That shit is right up my alley. I am a huge apologist for, like, Johnny Mnemonic. I fucking love that stuff. I love Snow Crash. I love when it's goofy and weird and stupid like that, and I do not mind the wild lingo at all. I think that's fantastic. But it's really hard to follow when people are talking like this. And also there's all lingo. You've got like it's Johnny Mnemonic really is a blast from the past. Oh yeah, it's so good. Yeah, Cyberpunk really hits when it's weird and funny, and it's riding that line between self-parody, right? And this does that at times. It does a really good job of that sometimes. But specifically in the character dialogue, when people are going on about stuff, and you've got the music the music is not good. The music is just so forgettable, but also way too loud for the dialogue. Going on at the same time, it just becomes a mess. It's so hard to understand what anybody's saying. And then they start whispering to you because they're trying to, like, keep their voices low because they're trying to ask you to do a hit. But it's so much information just dumped at you. And I get that that was a thing at the time, that, like, you wouldn't get, like, a quest log, necessarily, right? And so you wouldn't know, like, you'd be writing your own notes. But it still doesn't help you understand, like, okay, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do next now? Like, it's really confusing because of that. And I mean, we've played a lot of these kinds of old school DOS games, a lot of old RPGs. And I've been confused about some of them, but a lot of them I can follow. Like, I'm not lost in any real means for a lot of these. But this one just bombards you with, like, yeah, the freakers on the 79th Street Bridge go by the name of Wild Child, but Tillman Goldfarb is going with the automatic dogs and the electric anarchy, and they're gonna freak into the net, you know, with the decks, and I'm telling you, man, you're freaking me out with the freakers going to the cyberspace and the webs with the sea space, but I hacked into the... And you're like, oh my god, I don't know what the fuck you're saying anymore! Because in the background it says brom 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 too, and I'm like, oh my fuck. And they don't have any of the actual text on screen. It would be easy if they did that. That's like the one thing that would solve half of the problems with the dialogue, is just also have the writing. It's fantastic that they did voice acting for all of this. That's something that didn't happen back in these days. Not this much. So it's kind of incredible they went that far with it, and it's, like, really impressive. And then they, like, kick themselves in the dick by just not helping you out, by giving you any text to let you know what you're doing too. It sucks. Because they're going further than they need to go, but it becomes worse because of it. And it feels really bad that that's a downside. Because it's so much extra work for them. They could have just done, like, none of the voice acting, and it would have maybe been better. Way less work, way less time, and, like, you'd need less space. It's an incredible choice to just not have any of that there. And going back through the dialogue, like, it's amazing to have a dialogue, like, conversation list that you can go back through as a library, which is something that just didn't happen for 95% of games back in these days. And it's such a great little quality of life thing. But then they just have it sorted not by name, like, not alphabetical, And not chronologically. I don't know, I still don't know what that sorting was. I have no idea how they had that sorted. And you don't get people's names. It doesn't like show a name underneath people's faces when you're talking to them. So you have no idea who somebody is. They don't introduce themselves. So it's like, well, I don't know, was I talking to like, you know, oh god, I can't even remember the names. Which is wild considering how good some of them were. Like, sysconfig. Sorry, like, was I talking to sysconfig? I don't know. Maybe sysconfig was that person, or maybe it was somebody else. I have no idea. Maybe that was Wildchild. Half the time, it doesn't give you any information about it. The context is just missing. It's such a land of contrast because it does some things so far ahead of what almost anybody else was doing at the time. And then it's just hampering itself in the most obvious ways. It's such a strange game because of that. I almost want to keep playing it because there's something compelling there. There are things that are really, really good in there. Like Anti-Personnel is an all-time name. Sysconfig is really good to me. I really like Sysconfig. Like, even just names like Rima Fizz, they go hard in for a lot of that. It's very stupid, but very fun. They do so much right, but it feels like they just constantly laid down upturn rakes all around themselves and just... What a weird game. This is a hard one to rate. It feels like all of the mistakes that this game made are so easily solvable in a lot of ways, except, well... That being said, the combat. My god, the combat. What? I don't even know. I can't even begin with combat. Or with cyberspace in some ways, because it just doesn't tell you what you should do. I think that all of the things that were floating around don't matter. I think it's just, like, to make it feel weird cyberspacey, and they don't actually affect anything. I think that it's just about how many screens you go, and that things happen on the screens based on your items that you have. Whether you, like, meet another person like we did with Helvis, which Helvis is another great one. But, like, you can't tell. And it's not like we didn't read the manual. There's nothing that says anything about what that stuff means. So it's impossible to know what combat does or what the cyberspace stuff does. They make some things esoteric in ways they really didn't need to. This just feels like so much wasted potential in a game that I wanted to love really, really badly. And has a lot of stuff that I think is fantastic. But just fails in some really terrible ways. Like Garrick Fizz's avatar. I've actually seen it elsewhere, and it is truly a classic. I don't know where I've seen it before. It's really strange that I've actually seen that. The guy in our party with, like, the red eye. Like, there's some great stuff in there. Some really, really good avatars for people. But then the room art sucks. It's such a roller coaster. Sadly, I think that actually playing through to get more of, like, the good names and whatever the story's gonna be, which is wild so far, is just not worth it with how esoteric everything is and how bad the combat feels. I'd rather play Elvira. I think I'd rather play Wetlands. God, I'd rather play King's Quest VII. Yeah, this is a game that, like, as a remake, would be really good. Better watched than played. Definitely. Definitely better watched than played. I feel like you would need to go with somebody that has played it a couple times also, and knows where to go and what to do, and what not to get tripped up on. Like, we never even got to use a skill. We have, like, lock-picking skills, and pickpocket skills, and all kinds of things like that. Where did we use those? How could we use those? And when you use them, they level up more and more. In, like, a Skyrim kind of fashion, right? Like, in any of the Elder Scrolls kind of games. As you use your skills, they get better. But, like, it's not like when we right-click people, you just talk to them. When you left-click on them, you walk towards them. So it's not like I had any chance to really test out lock-picking or pickpocketing. We got some quests, kind of, but they were all just locked off to us, essentially. It's really hard to navigate and understand most of what you were supposed to do in that game. And really, really slow to start. It doesn't have, like, a clear quest line in any real way. Just unfortunate in a lot of ways. I would rather play this, like, weirdly enough, I think I'd rather play this than something like Ken's Labyrinth. I'd rather play it than, like, I might actually put it above King's Quest VII, because I'm intrigued by where the story is promising to go. Vampires and Megacorps sounds so good on paper that even though it didn't give me any movement on the plot at all, I still want to see it. And that alone makes me want to play it more. Having some of the really good names, having some of the, like, this underlying promise still makes me want to do more of this game, even if it felt awful to do anything in it. Theater of Pain was like a pretty badly controlling Mortal Kombat ripoff that was basically self-parody, but I don't think realized it. I think it's better than that. Because this, I think, realizes how goofy it is. Like, considering sysconfig as names, or anti-personnel, right? Like, it kind of gets a bit of the goofiness. But I get the feeling that, like, I almost feel like I need way more time with it to make sure that my feeling isn't wrong. But going into the combat, like, we got all those sheets of, like, oh, are we good with blades? Are we good with, fists? Are we good with high tech, low tech? Guns, lasers, all this kind of stuff for our combat, just as an example. One part of our character, right? It feels like it's showing this big mechanical depth that isn't actually present in the game. Because, and like, you can target all these parts of people and stuff like that. But also, and you can place your people everywhere, but there's no cover. So the placement doesn't necessarily matter. Other than, are you in range or are you in melee? Like, I'm getting the feeling that it has this idea of depth, but then when you actually get to it, it's a puddle, right? Like, it looks like an ocean, and you step a foot in it and you're like, wait, this is an inch deep. And I'm not 100% certain that I'm right about that, but I'm pretty certain I'm right about that. Yeah, it's the stuff that makes me really feel like it's a lot of TTRPG inspiration the designer didn't know to actually translate into the game. Because I couldn't see anywhere in the manual, and honestly the manual's not long enough for a game that had that kind of depth promise, right? Like, there's 2 pages on combat, that's it. Considering that there's like 10 different combat skills, that's not enough. And then you're doing placing of people and all this stuff, like it... Tragic. Honestly. Yeah. Like, the more that I think about it, I think that I don't think that it's got the depth that it's promising. I think it's a fake out. I'm gonna go on my gut here in a lot of ways that, yeah, this is surface level, that it's promising an ocean and it's a puddle. Because that really is what it feels like. It's better than Moraf's Blast. It's better than... okay, it's better than Fire and Ice. I don't think it's better than The Town with No Name. My name's not Shane, kid. You don't get to shoot a kid on a train platform. Town with No Name has some real shit in it, but it has some solid gold also. It feels very similar in that way. And there's some moments that are just incredible in this thing, but so much of it's just a slog. I feel like there's so much more slog in this, though. Sorry, BloodNet. I really appreciated looking at this. Thank you again to John Locke Cole for suggesting this. This is a really interesting game. And I was so excited to play it today. Because everything around it just sounds incredible. But actually interacting with it just doesn't feel good. And I don't think it's aged well either. Like, a lot of the problems are... They didn't know how to make some of these things work back in '94 for, like, UI problems. And it just doesn't feel good. Like, mousing to bottom and top. Fascinating does not necessarily translate to good. No. It's very interesting, and I'm super excited to have done it. But it doesn't mean that I can rank it high. And, like, UI problems of, like, having to mouse down to the bottom to click to get your party, but then if you mouse up again too fast, then it just closes that menu again. Like, things like that are just bad. And that's of the time. That's... At the time, you'd have been like, yeah, okay, that's how games handle. But going to it now, you're like, ugh. Like, gross. This sucks. So, unfortunately, BloodNet, not quite in a top 100 game. Top 150 still. Like, there is still 100 games almost below it. I'm glad that it exists. I'm glad it exists. I'm glad there's videos talking about it. But don't play it. yeah. Exactly, John Locke. Thank you so much for being here, though, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. If you would like to suggest a game, or rather request a game, make me do a game to rank, you can always, if you're a sub or a patron, stop into the Discord. There is a sub club channel just for you. You get one game a month. You can always check out DOScider.neocities.org to see where I've ranked all the games. You can look at this whole list on there at your leisure. The episode numbers are right here, so you can always look them up on YouTube. I have the full playlist there. Other than that, I'm going to go have a lovely Christmas Eve now, and I hope you do the same. Thanks for being here. Log off of cyberspace before you get some hop brie syndrome and need to interface with your freaks, I guess. If you jazz me, I don't know. Go find some Mars jazz. Have a good night. I'm gonna host you over to somebody else, so don't go away. Oh, what a game. I feel fried. That was a lot. See if I can send you over to somebody else.